care of yourself, buddy.
You guys have a great day.
Bye.
It's Mojo in the mornings, 5 at 6:55.
5 at 6:55, yo. 5 at 6:55, go now.
The War of the Roses in just moments here. A brother thinks that his sister is being cheated on. And as a protective brother, he wants to do War of the Roses to see what's going on. This morning, we put their relationship to the test. And when I say their, I'm not talking about just his sister and husbands. I'm talking about his relationship with his sister. We got Josh going for 5 today. Josh and his trusty sidekick hanging out with us this morning. Are both you guys with us, Josh?
No, Jackson's at home getting ready for school.
Are you working? Okay. All right. Well, here we go. We got Darren as your challenger today. Let's see if you can do it by yourself. If you can, if you lose today, then we know who's been helping you win all these games. Darren says here from Imlay City, you work for General Motors. What do you do for GM?
I make the backs of the seats, like where they hook up the tether for the car seats.
Oh, really? Wow. I'm actually looking for a new car right now. My lease is coming up on my Chevy, so I was at Gordon Chevrolet hanging out. Hold on one second.
You got that Gordon Chevrolet.
I love it. I love my GM.
Oh, yeah.
All right, hang on one second. I'm going to lock up Josh because he's got a lot of noise there. We're going to lock him up in a soundproof area, and we're going to begin with Darren. By the way, if you would like to be a contestant in the 5 at 6:55 and have never played, text I want to play to 95500. I want to play to 95500. We're doing an open casting call for contestants for the 5 at 6:55. Darren, question number 1. Kim Kardashian finally completed her degree program after 6 years of study. In which field did she get her degree in?
Oh, geez.
3 seconds.
Probably fashion.
Question number 2. In the sports world, famed NFL owner and CEO Jim Irsay passed away yesterday. What team was he the owner of?
3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Pass. I don't know that one.
Question number 3. This Kill Bill and 30 for 30 singer
30 for 30.
is defending Megan Thee Stallion against victim shamers in her Tory Lanez shooting case. What's her name?
SZA.
Question number 4. One of Diddy's ex-employees took the stand in his trial yesterday to talk about setting up for Diddy some sex parties that included lots of baby oil and drugs. What were those parties infamously called?
3 seconds.
Escorts.
And question number 5, Miley Cyrus is opening up about a recent health scare. She had an ovarian cyst ruptured. Who is Miley's very famous country singing godmother?
3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know that one.
Pass on that one. All right.
If you know what I mean.
Wait, hold on, Stan. I don't know why. That was the wrong button.
Oh, no.
I was trying to get him back from the airlock. The airlock and the if you know what I
It
mean
was
is
a
right.
struggle. You only got
Yeah.
one right.
Yeah.
One.
He only got one.
Dang it.
If you know what I
I don't know why that one's going up again. No. The board. Oh my God, my box is going crazy.
That's what
mean.
she
If you know
said.
what I mean.
I was going to hit a dumb drop there for you. Josh, I think you're going to win easy on this one. Here we go. Question number 1. Kim Kardashian finally completed her degree program after 6 years of study. In which field did she get her degree in?
Law.
Law, yes.
1-0.
Being a lawyer. Question number 2. In the sports world, famed NFL owner and CEO Jim Irsay passed away yesterday. What team was he the owner of?
The Indianapolis Colts.
Yes, the Colts.
2-0.
Question 3. This Kill Bill and 30 for 30 singer is defending Megan Thee Stallion against victim shamers in her Tory Lanez shooting case. What's her name?
Sabrina Carpenter.
No, Sabrina Carpenter. No, SZA. And we got tickets in 30 minutes to see Kendrick and SZA after we get with War of the Roses.
2-1.
Question number 4. One of Diddy's ex-employees took the stand in the trial yesterday to talk about setting up Diddy's sex parties that included lots of baby oil and drugs. What were those parties infamously called?
Freak party.
No, close. freak-offs.
Okay, 2 to 1.
Freak-offs. And question 5, Miley Cyrus is opening up about a recent health scare. Who is Miley's very famous country singing godmother?
Oh, Dolly Parton.
Dolly
Yes,
Parton.
3 to 1 final score.
Oh, he wins again. Winning again. This is easy for you, isn't it, Josh? Is it that
I don't know
Josh?
if I'd say that.
I don't know. That was actually a pretty easy one for you. Are we saying that Josh has got it going on because Josh has got a lot of knowledge? Or is Josh taking on dud contestants? You guys tell me. What are your thoughts?
I think a win is a win, no
It's a
matter
win,
how
it's a
you
win.
get it.
All right. Is this like the NBA Finals? We got a bunch of no-name teams in there?
Hey, you play who you play.
Come on. We need good contestants. Text I want to play to 95500 to take on Josh. That will be tomorrow morning. We need a contestant for that. Josh, now back to your mystery job that is very loud. You must work in a prison or something. That sounds like a prison vibe.
Yeah, prison mafia. You know how it is.
Prison mafia, exactly. Darren, hang on for a parting gift. We'll set you up with it, okay?
All right.
All right, don't go anywhere.
It's Mojo in the mornings, 5 at 6:55.
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
All right. It is time now here on Mojo in the Morning to do a War of the Roses. If you ever suspect that you're being cheated on, I want you to just know that it's as simple as writing the word cheater and texting it to us at 95500 that we can get you on the show. War of the Roses here. It's Mojo in the Morning. And check out our War of the Roses. If you don't already, you can check us out on TikTok or any of our social, but we put the full ones up on TikTok. Search for Mojo in the Morning or the Channel 955 TikTok, which Channel 955's TikTok is purely War of the Roses. And that is our Detroit radio station. All right, here we go.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
So, Dennis, you don't think you're being cheated on. Who do you think is being cheated on?
I think my sister is.
So you think your sister who's married is being cheated on by your brother-in-law?
Yes.
What happened? Why do you think he's cheating on her?
I was out at a bar and I didn't know that he was going to be there, and I see him there and he's talking to girls, not just talking to girls, like getting touchy and stuff, nothing like crazy, but he was, in my mind, he was being inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like he doesn't have, I wouldn't say a track history, but I've overheard them talking before, and they'll argue about other girls and stuff like that. So there's like a history there.
Did you walk up to him and say something? Because if I saw like my brother-in-law doing this and cheating on my sister, I think I would probably not be able to keep it in.
He saw me later, and then I just kind of gave him a look, because I was there with my own friends. So I didn't really,
Didn't say anything.
But
at
he
the
never,
time, make a big deal about it.
he never came up to you after the fact to talk about it. Like, hey, there was nothing going on.
No.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And
No.
is this your younger sister or your older sister?
That is my younger sister.
Gotcha. So you're her protector.
Yeah,
I get it.
it is.
Did you say something to your sister about seeing him out?
You got to be careful with stuff like that, because if you're wrong, you could really torch some relationships. You know what I mean? So, no, not like that. Not yet. But
But then you want us to do this? Because this is kind of torching.
well, this is different, right? This is something that could prove it one way or another. That's once I have that, then
Then you got the proof.
game on.
All right.
Yeah.
So on the phone with us is a brother who thinks that his sister's husband is cheating on her. What is her name?
Alyssa.
We're going to see if he sends the flowers to Alyssa. It's the War of the Roses. I want you to mute your phone so that your brother-in-law, Cody, doesn't get any suspicions.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is this Cody?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Hi, Cody. My name is Nicole, and I'm calling you from an online floral company called rosesbloom.com. Is now an okay time to call? Do you have an extra 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got some time for you.
Okay. I am calling from a company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. If you have like less than a minute to answer some survey questions, we're going to give you
Yeah,
a
good luck,
dozen.
yeah.
I'm sorry?
I can do that for you.
Okay. Just so you know, well, let me ask you the questions first, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Cody?
No, I have not.
Do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Well, if you're offering.
I'm actually going to give you free flowers for doing the survey.
Oh, nice. Super.
So do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As a thank you for participating in that survey, our company name again is rosesbloom.com. And we're going to gift you with a dozen long-stemmed red roses that will be sent out at some point today, a little bit later on this afternoon. And so I just need you to think of somebody that you want to send some flowers to today and then give me their first and their last name.
All right. Jules?
Did you say Jules?
Yes.
Okay. And a last name? Okay. And what is Jules' phone number? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's her relationship to you?
She's my sister.
Okay. We do something unique at rosesbloom.com, Cody. And instead of sending a paper card with the flowers, we're going to actually send a voice memo. So when your sister gets the delivery, she's going to receive a text message alerting her she has a flower delivery. And then she'll be able to play this little voice memo from you. So I'm going to count you down and then just say something like what you would write on a card. You can make it a little longer if you'd like, okay? 3, 2, 1.
Hey, sis. Thought you might need a smile. Thinking about you. Hope all is well.
Great. And Cody, this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Cody, I'm going to jump on and just get some information from you, and then we'll send those flowers off.
Okay, awesome.
Usually when we do this, people will send flowers to somebody that they're in a relationship with romantically. That's kind of nice that you're sending them to your sister.
Yeah, thanks. She's been going through some tough times, so.
Okay. Are you in a, if you don't mind me asking, are you in a relationship with anybody?
Yeah, pretty serious one, yeah.
How serious?
Yeah, very.
Very serious? Like, are you married?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
spoken.
So you have a wife. Okay. So you would, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cody, I just wanted to let you know that we are going to send the flowers, but I also want to let you know something else. Rosesbloom.com is also the Mojo in the Morning radio show.
Gee.
And your brother-in-law, Dennis, is on the phone and wanted to see where you would send flowers to. And Dennis is on the phone right now and can hear you.
Wow.
You want to say hi to Dennis?
Dennis, how you doing, bud?
Hey,
How you doing, buddy? Seems you can't mind your business, huh, buddy?
I'm just looking out. I'm just looking out.
Looking out for what? I should be looking out for, dude. This is nonstop with you all the time with your attitude towards me, man. When are you going to get over it?
What do you
and
mean?
now you're going to put me on blast? That's your plan versus sitting down and talking to me and maybe getting
But
something straight.
wait a second. Here's the thing. I don't. Real quick, I want to stop for 1 second. Cody, why get so angry if everything's cool? You're sending flowers. How do you know that he's even doing anything other than just? How do you know that he's trying to?
Because I know he doesn't like me.
Well, I understand. But I don't know if I understand that. But you sent flowers to your sister. He just wants to see if you would if you would send some flowers to his sister.
Okay, I'll give you that. I take it back then. No problem.
Well, no, but you seem so angry about it or something.
Is this is this a pattern with him?
He's just constantly meddling in the relationship I have with my wife, and it's all the time, and it's got to stop.
Are you a meddler, Dennis? Because it sounded to me like you were just concerned about what you saw with your brother-in-law.
I mean, I'm just looking out like a big brother. She's had a history of these things happen to her in the past, and I'm just playing it safe. That's all,
I care about her a lot. So there's not a need for you to have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Cody, can I ask a question that I know will come up? Did you know that this was our show calling you up? Did you have any clue that this was us?
No, I actually thought it was a nice for me to do something nice.
Okay. Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys hang here for a second? And why don't we see if let's get Cody's wife on the phone, Dennis, your sister on the phone.
Bingo.
And let's see what she has to say, okay?
Sure. You don't need to bring her into this. She has nothing to do with this.
Well, why would we not bring her into this? I feel like we already have, Cody.
No, she has nothing to do with this. Please do not do that.
Right.
This is embarrassing enough.
Well, why don't you guys hang on 1 second, okay? Hold on 1 second.
This is the home of War of the Roses.
I absolutely love it.
Mojo in the morning. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the mornings. Motor City traffic.
7-11-48. It is currently pouring here at the radio station in Eastern Market. We are going to see scattered showers throughout the morning into the afternoon, otherwise turning cloudy and a high temp of 54. More rain in the forecast expected overnight. Out on the streets right now, we have an accident blocking the right shoulder eastbound 696 at the exit for Cousins. Another accident westbound M59 at Van Dyke. It's slow from M53. And a little bit of slow traffic developing 94 eastbound between Livernois and 14th Street. That's your Channel 955 traffic on the morning.
Channel 955.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Vibe Credit Union. What's the vibe at Vibe Credit Union? Invested in members, community, and you since 1935. Because they live here too. Vibe Credit Union. Elevating community, creating opportunity. Visit vibecreditunion.com to learn more.
Hey, can we talk taxes? I know it doesn't seem like it's that time of the year, right? It's already been tax season. Well, there's so many that haven't even figured out their taxes from back when COVID was going on, that 2020 year. Remember when you were getting the checks from the government? People didn't realize they had to actually declare that money. And then there's many that this year didn't put enough money to be pulled out of their checks and didn't know what to do as far as the money they now owe the government. Well, you wanted to let the IRS know that you mean business? Hire Levy and Associates. They'll take care of the tax guy for you. Let Levy and Associates take on the tax man. Call 1-800-TAX-LEVY. That's 1-800-TAX-LEVY.
Mojo's throwing money at you like he just served divorce papers. Pay your bills for $1,000 at 9:10 this morning on Mojo in the Morning.
This is injury attorney David Femininio. When you're injured in an accident, you want to get your life back. To get someone that listens and to get someone who will fight for more. Get David, get paid isn't a slogan. It's a promise to take care of you. So if you get injured in an accident, you need to call me at 855-65-CRASH.
Look at you now. No more dry skin. Your skin gets the moisture it craves with
Indulgent Moisture Body Wash.
Knowing your risk for heart disease is the first step, and Trinity Health can help. With screenings, personalized care plans, and expert support. Know your risk. Take a free assessment today at trinityhealthmi.org/heart. Trinity Health. We see all of you.
You've made the decision to start a family, which is really super exciting. And maybe it's something that you've been dreaming of since you were a little girl. And so the time comes and you're trying and it is just not happening for you. And maybe you've had month after month of this. Maybe your story is it's been years of trying to no avail, no success. This is when Dr. Shama and the team at IVF Michigan and the Ohio Fertility Centers can enter into the conversation because they are the team with the highest success rate for IVF in the state of Michigan. They would love the opportunity to sit down with you and hear you share your story. What's been going on? Get to the bottom of the issues that you're experiencing, and hopefully, whether it's IVF or one of the other procedures or treatments that they offer make you a mom and start that beautiful family that you've always wanted. IVF-MI.com is where you can find them. They have several locations in Michigan and, of course, their location in Ohio. It's IVF-MI.com.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime, free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog gets you top dollar. Go to topdoglaw.com. That's topdoglaw.com.
The Memorial Day sale has arrived at Bell Tire just in time for summer. With savings of up to $250 on a set of 4 tires, it's the best way to kick off road trip season. Where do you want to go, Tire Man? Bell Tire. Sure, but after that, Bell Tire. But that's where we went last summer. Bell Tire. I'll pack the snacks. Save up to $250 on a set of 4 tires and get 0% financing at the Memorial Day sale, May 15th through the 26th. Only at Bell Tire. Shop belltire.com.
Rachel Stewart for Gardner White. The only way to save big is to shop the Gardner White Memorial Day sale. Take an extra 30% off couches, bedrooms, dining. Even names like Lazy Boy and Cindy Crawford. An extra 30% off. Plus, no interest financing. No one in Detroit has a chance to beat our Memorial Day discount. Get Certa Perfect Sleeper for just $4.95 with a free power base, all with free same-day delivery. The biggest Memorial Day sale is going on now, only at Gardner White.
I was telling you guys about Jessica and her incredible experience with Sono Bello. Then listener after listener started sharing their experience with us, and it keeps getting better. Here's one. The results not only have been fantastic, my confidence and energy levels are improving. The staff, oh my goodness, I've never seen such a caring and compassionate group of professionals. And here's a quick one from Nicole. Amazing. You are all so amazing. Stories like this make Sono Bello the absolute best. We all know Sono Bello doctors are the experts in advanced micro laser fat removal, but their team is simply the best. In just one visit, you can get rid of that stubborn fat just in time for warm weather. That means feeling amazing all summer with beautiful natural curves. Advanced micro laser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sono Bello doctors are the experts. Right now, they are running a spring savings event, so schedule your free consultation now at sonobello.com/radio. That's sono, BELLO.com/radio.
This is Thad Zott with Zott Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and DealsInTheD.com.
And Jeff.
Jeff, why don't you have your shirt on?
Thad, you said it was springtime and time for the people in the D to go topless.
Really, Jeff? I meant in a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, I even went tanning and got waxed.
Can you just show them the deals?
Right now at Zott, you can pop your top in an all-new Jeep Wrangler for just $249 per month.
Jeff, what if they want to keep their top on?
Thad, the Ram lease deals are back, and Zott has the best deals in the D. Zott has up to $2,500 in bonus cash that most other dealers will not be able to offer. And we have over 275 Rams available. During the Employee Pricing Plus event at Zott, you can lease a new Ram Crew Cab Bighorn for just $299. Don't pay too much somewhere else. Go to Zott.
Top on or off, those deals are solid. DealsInTheD.com. Get there.
See dealer for details.
We're Michigan slip and fall lawyers, and we fight negligence. Negligence that leads to needless injuries. Michigan Slip and Fall Lawyers has handled hundreds of slip and fall cases. Contact us now at falllaw.com and get your free consultation. That's falllaw.com.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM because we're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm.
More Mojo
Mojo in seconds.
Hey, the engagement ring capital of the world, Lucido Fine Jewelry. You know, if you're looking for an engagement ring, you got to go to Lucido. Lucido Fine Jewelry, you can see them online at lucidojewelry.com or stop into their Birmingham, Rochester, or Sterling Heights locations.
This report is sponsored by Michigan State University Federal Credit Union.
More wet weather in the forecast today. Scattered showers and a high of 56. Kicking off our holiday weekend with cloudy skies and temps remaining in the mid-50s.
At MSU FCU, you can get behind the wheel now and make no payments for 90 days. That means more road trips, more playlists, and less stress. If you live in Michigan, you can be a member. Apply today at msufcu.org/auto loan or stop by a branch. Let's roll.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by Gardner White.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios. Planet Fitness, judgment free and just $15 a month.
This hour on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
That's autolaw.com.
Yo.
This is the home of War of the Roses. Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning, War of the Roses. A brother looking out for his sister, or is he butting in too much? That's what we want to know about this morning with the War of the Roses, with how angry the call got. And actually, it's funny, I felt like Cody, who is Dennis's brother-in-law and is married to Dennis's sister, Alyssa, I feel like he just seemed in the beginning like he was a little aggressive, but he didn't seem angry. And then when he did the "what up, bud," like that bud thing got me to think, okay, something's going on.
There's history there.
Oh, there is some drama there.
And I mean, Dennis, obviously could sense that. You could sense the whole issues going on with both of these guys.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't really care it doesn't matter what I think of him. I'm just looking out for my sister. You know, like, he's my brother-in-law. I got to see him whether I like him or not. So that's how I look at it. But I just want to make sure he's on the level.
Well, and I'm thinking that this is going to cause for some issues because we were able to get Alyssa on the phone with us, although Alyssa doesn't seem like she's too happy about the whole situation. And when she's not happy, she's not happy with her brother. Alyssa, are you okay with being on the radio with us?
Sure.
So, Alyssa, what were your thoughts? What do you think about Dennis and his feelings towards your brother or your husband?
I'm embarrassed that my brother called you guys to try and trap my husband. It's insane. Like, he needs his own life. Like, maybe he needs to go find somebody because he's all up in my business.
But what about his concerns of what he saw when he saw Cody out and how he was with
touchy-feely with other women?
That's how he is. He's just too nice. And that's been an issue, but I've never thought he was going to go home with anybody.
So you have no fear that you're being cheated on?
No.
Has your brother meddled in your relationship before? Is this a pattern?
Absolutely, yes. And I understand where he's coming from, but it's no excuse. I have had bad relationships. I get it. And he's totally helped me through those. And he's seen me suffer through those. But this is a good one. We've been married for 4 years. I do not have any problems. And so I'm beyond annoyed at my brother. I don't want to cut him off, but this is insane. Stop. Get out of my life.
Does Cody not like your brother even before this? Did he not like your brother?
Cody doesn't like anybody I date. He's the typical big brother.
Well, no, Dennis. I'm talking about your Cody, your husband. I don't know how you make that mistake, but
probably mad. That's right.
The whole thing is just ridiculous. My husband doesn't really necessarily like my brother. My brother doesn't like my husband.
Hold on. Carol wants to make a comment real quick. Carol, you're on here with Alyssa. And your thoughts, Carol?
I just thought he was, Shannon just said, "Is this Cody?" And he went, "Hi." I thought he was just a little flirty with her. He was
with me
unusual. And
well, Alyssa
No.
said that her husband is a flirty kind of guy. That's just kind of his thing. But you thought that he was flirting with Shannon right from the get-go.
I did. And why didn't he send his flowers to his wife? I thought he was suspicious.
Does it bother? Hold on, let me ask Alyssa. Alyssa, does it bother you that he sent flowers to his own sister and didn't send them to you?
No, she's like going through some things. She's having a hard time. Like, I totally get it.
So that's okay with you?
Yeah.
844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548 is our telephone number. What's up, Justin? It's Mojo in the Morning. War of the Roses.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
No, I'm just listening to the whole thing, and right off the get-go, he was, like, real aggressive and flirty with Shannon and whatnot, and then don't get my sister involved, and don't get my wife involved, and it's like, a little suspicious.
Well, two things.
I didn't get that either.
And then I understand his point of stop getting other people involved. If I feel like this has already gone too far, with you thinking I'm cheating on my sister, on my wife, why get all these other people involved?
Yeah.
Well, this shouldn't be a thing in the first place.
But I also
when Shannon was, go ahead.
No, but I also think I get why a brother would be worried when he sees his, brother-in-law out touchy-feely with other girls. Like if my brother-in-law is out there doing that to my sisters, I'm going to be pissed too. I'm going to be a protective brother.
But what lens is he viewing this through? Because if you already have the guilty shades on, just because I'm talking to somebody, you could think that I'm acting inappropriately.
For sure, but I do think that there are instances where you can look at a situation and assess the situation and go, there is clearly, this does not feel right to me.
True. But the wife's saying that that's how her brother is.
But I know, but she also didn't see it with her own two eyes, And in instances like this, I also think you have to be very black and white with your brother of, hey, I really appreciate you looking out for me, but no, please stop. And I don't know that has happened up until this point. I mean, you can speak to that, but maybe he just needs you to say, please stay out of it.
Hey, Sarah, what do you think, Sarah?
Hi. I just think overall, his reaction to all of it is absolutely not okay. If I heard my husband talk to my sibling the way that he did, we would not be okay. There would be lots of words being said, and it is so disrespectful. And overall, his reaction screams shady AF.
Yeah.
And if you react that strongly, you have guilt stamped on your forehead. Like there is something going on. Maybe not with that particular person that he was flirting with at the bar, but there's more going on than just this.
Yeah, I think that his anger at that moment at the end was because he's tired of being
I was going to say, it could
questioned.
also be frustration.
But I also get the feeling that he just seemed like he was a little high-strung. Lara, what do you think?
Honestly, I didn't really get the vibe that he was cheating. So, I know he sent the flowers to his sister, and if you listen to his demeanor and, the message, he's addressing another woman, and I understand it's his sibling, so he's not going to speak to her in a romantic way.
Yeah.
But even, speaking to Shannon, he didn't really seem flirty to me. He just seemed, kind of happy, that he was doing a little survey, getting something out of it, maybe going to use the business in the future. I personally didn't get that vibe from him.
Yeah,
And
there's a lot of people that are split on the flirtiness towards Shannon in the conversation. A lot of people are saying what you just said in defense after hearing the first couple of calls say that he was flirty. Melissa, your thoughts? It's Mojo in the Morning, War of the Roses. A brother. Let me ask this question, Melissa, before you tell me your comment. A brother, does he have the right to do the War of the Roses? I
believe so.
You do.
Oh, go ahead.
So you believe so. So you think that family is strong enough that you have the right to do it? Because usually we only allow it for spouses to do it. But you think that the brother has the right?
He,
again, if it's warranted because he's seen something already. And even if I can't believe the wife is actually saying that's the way her husband is, because for one, that should already be a red flag, because that can already lead to something else. There's no reason why he should be touchy-feely with other women. And if the brother's seen that and he's concerned, then that's completely legit. And also, honestly, I think he knew it was War of the Roses. It was too smooth. It was so right
That's
away
why I
about
asked.
to my sister. I was going to laugh and say, does he even have a sister? Maybe he was sending it to the sister as a code, and it was actually to her in case he got caught.
Believe me, I'm
But
gonna say this too.
honestly-
I thought that he knew it was us. I thought that that we got busted.
Right away. It was so smooth. He didn't ask any questions, give any pushback. It was so smooth and quick. He knew it was you guys.
I appreciate you, Melissa. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Latasha, what's your comment on the War of the Roses?
Hello?
Hi, Latasha.
Oh, hi. I was just commenting that I think that her anger is misdirected at her brother. If her brother already seen something and said that he already heard them arguing before over other women, I would believe my brother if my brother saw my husband out with someone else.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is, and I think this is something that we didn't realize, that this is a girl that has been in bad relationships. And I think as a brother, you become so defensive and all you want is the best for your sibling, you know? And you're thinking this could be just another bad relationship. I don't necessarily know if I think that this guy is that bad, but I definitely think that there's some red flags to that anger that came up towards the end. I think there's one thing, you can be accused of something or be said, hey, I think that you're not being faithful to my sister.
How you react to that is so telling.
It really is. And
I don't like the way y'all positioning it.
What do you mean?
Like, I think he's tired of his brother-in-law's BS.
Well, for sure.
And it's come to a head at the point where you now calling radio stations to try to get me busted, especially if I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, here we go again. I can understand it.
Alyssa, I give you credit for coming on with us, and I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, War of the Roses and Mojo in the morning.
The home of the second date update. Throwback Throwdown. War of the Roses. This is Mojo in the morning.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say Memorial Day weekend going to be crazy in the house.
Yeah, it's going to be, listen.
I'm not thinking they're hanging out together.
I don't think so either. Thank God the weather's not going to be great.
Cornhole.
Yeah. All right, right now, we're going to give you a chance to win Kendrick and SZA tickets. Your chance to win Kendrick and SZA tickets, June the 10th, Ford Field. 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548. The 95th caller is going to win.
Mojo in the morning's Dirty on the 30.
All right, we will get you caught up on what's trending in this hour's Dirty on the 30. Shannon, hello.
I think it shocked a lot of people. Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay died yesterday. He was only 65 years old. He has led the Colts organization since 1997. Now, there's a little bit of a history here with this guy, okay? I mean, a lot of people who knew him gave him the reputation. He had the reputation of being kind of a party animal, would you say? Would that be the right way to describe? I mean,
he's had a drug issue and alcohol issue,
right.
I think, yeah.
So he was hospitalized at the end of 2023 after first responders found him unresponsive in his bedroom. Police characterized that incident in a report as a suspected overdose. The following month, beginning of 2024, after he wasn't seen publicly for a couple of weeks, the Colts came out and said in a statement that he was actually being treated for a severe respiratory illness, which I don't know if there was any truth to that. It was just kind of interesting considering the circumstances of his hospitalization. He had made a few public appearances last year since those two incidents, but had not been seen much in public lately. And then yesterday came the news that he had passed away.
Here's a couple big things. So he's got 2 daughters and then grandchildren, and his daughters, they say, will take on the team. Now making the Indianapolis Colts another NFL franchise that has women
led by females.
The leadership. Can I give a quick little story about another Indiana story?
Yeah.
When you used to work in Indiana, was the Indianapolis 500 like a huge deal?
Oh, it's the identity of that city.
Penske, the team Penske, Roger Penske's team, got in trouble for doing some illegal stuff. I guess they had some illegal things on some of their cars. And they are, on 2 of the vehicles, I believe I heard, going to have to start back of the pack as a way to punish them for their violation that's going on. they fired a whole bunch of people during the late night hours. Penske, Motors and stuff fired them. So it's interesting because Roger's from the area here. The Penske family's from the area here. And they have had some issues with some violations in the past through racing. But that story was breaking this morning.
Can I give an Indiana story?
What else you got?
Sure.
NBA teams were 0-970 in the playoffs over the last 27 years when trailing by 14 points with under 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in regulation. With Indiana's win yesterday, now it's 1-970.
Wow, the first team to ever come back from that far down. Amazing.
Thought I'd just have a little
Thank
Indiana
you,
fun
Kev.
with you guys.
Thanks. You could feel like you're a part of it.
Yeah, I'm part of the team.
Kim Kardashian is finally a law school graduate. She shared that big news yesterday on Instagram. She was posting photos and videos of what looked to be a backyard graduation ceremony with her friend Van Jones among those to give accolades.
7 years ago, when you're working on criminal justice, you were not embraced by anybody. You were working with people who were thrown away often by their own families. You're working with people who are literally just one step from the grave. There's no lower place to be in society except a graveyard to be thrown away in a prison.
Did they date? I feel like I remember her. There was a rumor about her and Van Jones. Yeah.
Really? In
They
a
were both
relationship?
just-
I didn't know that.
Who was this woman?
Did you
Van
know
Jones? Am I making that up in my head?
Kim Kardashian?
Oh, really?
Did you know that remember that woman that they got out of prison, the first one
Yes.
that got pardoned?
Yes, for the drug charges.
Did you see that Trump made that mom a pardon czar? So she's
really?
now in charge of the department that can get people out of prisons who are wrongfully convicted over the years.
SZA is defending Megan Thee Stallion since the renewed controversy surrounding the 2020 shooting incident involving Tory Lanez. She did an interview this week. She emphasized the importance of believing in and supporting Black women. And she said Megan has endured undue scrutiny and victim blaming. And SZA said it absolutely needs to stop. And again, this comes as Tory's legal team claims to have new evidence suggesting his innocence. They say that it was Megan Thee Stallion's former friend who actually shot that gun. And lastly, a proposal to ban the controversial tush push play narrowly failed to pass at the NFL Spring League meetings. The play, it's also known as the brotherly shove, but I feel like everybody calls it the tush push, involves the offense lining up players behind and around the quarterback who then push him forward into the defense. Critics say the play is dangerous. It makes football look a lot more like rugby. There's been so much controversy about this over the past couple of years. The ban proposed by the Green Bay Packers needed the votes of 24 team owners to pass. The final vote, 22-10, with the Philadelphia Eagles, who came up with the play, among the 10 teams voting against a ban. This is Jason Kelsey.
I mean, listen, I get it. I would want to ban it too if we sucked at it and it wasn't a mechanical advantage. The only issue I have that I take up with people saying it's not a football play, it's rugby. I don't know what's more of a football play. I really don't. What represents football? Physicality, toughness, will. We're going to fight for half a yard. You know what's coming. We know what's coming. Just going to bulldoze against each other.
Don't get me wrong. Jason's having fun with it, but I just don't understand what the why.
I think one, people want to ban it. People want to ban it because some people have like a safety concern on the play. They think that it's more dangerous. So it feels weird to try and ban this play.
They think Kelsey coming out yesterday and showing up at the meetings in Minneapolis, they think he swayed two of the teams, which would have been those two votes.
Yeah, because in 22, they got 22. They needed 24. By the way, the Lions, one of the teams that voted to keep.
That's right. Stand on business. If you can't beat it, that's your problem.
What if one player, though, ends up injuring themselves?
What if?
But they could do that. They could do that with any play.
That's what I'm saying. Preach, Shannon.
All right, we'll see.
This is coming from a non-sports
No one has been injured
Their
because of the
blood will be on their hands.
It is something else. It ain't blood if it's the tush push.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Okay. All right. For all of today's dirty, listen to the podcast, search Mojo in the Morning in the free iHeartRadio app.
Celebrity Dirt. Directly from the source. It's Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
All right. We're giving away tickets here right now. How would you like to go see Kendrick Lamar, SZA? They are going to be at Ford Field. I almost said Little Caesars. This is a big show. This is a big one. Lots of people hanging out. Let's see here. Amanda, I'm stalling for a second while we figure out who the winner is. Amanda, you're the winner.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Amanda.
So much. I'm so excited.
We got tickets for you. You're going to see Kendrick and SZA.
Wow, thank you.
We got a pair of tickets for you. Where you from?
I am from Chesterfield.
And who you taking to the concert?
You know, I was thinking about taking my husband. I think I might take my bestie now.
Okay. Well, why would you take your husband? What would be the reason to take him? Because you love him or what?
I hope she loves him.
Yeah.
He's a 600 fan also.
He's a big fan. Why would you take your friend? Because she's more fun?
Yeah, she's a lot more fun than my husband.
That's crazy.
Then there you go. There's your answer. Amanda, you and your friend have a great time. You're going June the 10th, Ford Field, Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Thanks, Mojo. Love you guys.
Wow,
Love you too.
We love you too.
I want to give her husband tickets now.
No, I want her husband home with the kids.
He can go with his friend.
I want him hanging out at home. All right. Mojo in the Morning Show. Phone number is 844-MOJO Live. 844-665-6548 is our telephone number. Kevin had to use the peephole last night because he had an unexpected visitor at the house.
That did sound crazy. He said peephole.
That's
for
right.
those who didn't catch it. Yeah, on Wednesday, a girl had asked if she could come over. She sent me a text message, literally said, "Can I come over tomorrow?" So we know what that means. To which I responded, "Yeah, I don't have anything to do." That was the extent of our conversation. 2 messages, we know what's going on come Thursday, which was Wednesday, which was yesterday. Yeah. So Wednesday comes, and I decide that I no longer want her to come over. So I send her a text message. And
Wait,
I'm
why?
I don't know, dog. I'm a certified lover boy. And even though I've been in these streets, that's not really where I want to be. That's not where my heart is.
So your conscience kicked in.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
finally.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation with my best friend. I'm like, man, it's not really the life I want to live. So I text her and was like, hey.
Tomorrow will be different.
Listen.
You know what? Let him be a good boy.
Yeah.
Exactly. We can only live today's experience. So I text her back and said, yeah, tonight doesn't work for me anymore. And we have our read receipts on. So I see that she clearly saw the message. And I didn't send it like late at night. I think I probably sent it maybe at noon or something like that when we were leaving the station. Just realized like, hey, this is what it is. Tonight's not going to work. Pacers game is on last night. I'm sitting on the couch. I hear a knock at the door. I'm not expecting anyone. Now, I don't have a Ring camera or anything like that, so I can't see the outside. I got some stuff on the inside. I can't see the outside. I'm not expecting anybody, and I'm not the person that comes to the door, hey, who is it? Like, that's not my vibe. Like, I'm not expecting anybody. Nobody even knows I'm home. I go to Mojo's point, look through the peephole. It's her. I get a phone call on my phone from her. I'm not answering. I'm not responding, and I left her outside.
You didn't even open the door and say, hey, getting ready to go to bed. I'm watching a game.
No,
and that stuff?
No. That's unnecessary conversation. If I already told you it's not the night for you to come over, you clearly read the text message. Well, I don't even know why you here. That's on you.
Did she text you and say, hey, I'm outside?
No, she called me. I guess that was her way of texting. She called me again. I'm looking at her through the peephole. I'm like, why are you inside of my house?
Do you ever look at your peephole and have somebody else put their eye through the peephole? Because she could probably, I guarantee you,
Then you're pupil to pupil.
She can see that you're looking through that peephole, I bet.
No, unannounced guests, people, especially in this type of situation, like, don't just pop up on my house. I already told you tonight wasn't going to work. Stay home.
That is not cool.
That's not cool.
Her, not you. Yeah.
This, by the way, is the reason why you have Ring cameras. But the Ring cameras are the greatest because you can look at the Ring camera from another room and they don't realize that you're looking at the Ring camera. Or although can they? Can they see the light pop on differently on the Ring camera?
I think it changes, right?
Does it?
It goes red, I think.
So that's the eyeball version of things. Because I always feel like you can actually, if you look in through the people, that you can see the person looking in, looking through the thing.
You can talk to them. I guess maybe if I had it set up that way, I could be like, hey, I'm not home, and try to lie.
When somebody comes to your house unexpectedly, and you might have had this happen to you. Has anybody ever had this happen to you in a dating situation, and you left them out on the porch? 844 Mojo Live.
Disregarded what you said.
That's what I'm saying.
That you didn't want her to come over, and she just thought she was going to strong arm you and come over anyway and see if you would let her in.
That's what I'm thinking. And temptation is a hell of a thing when you. That's why I didn't even want to open the door. Because you open the door.
One thing would have led to another, and then you'd wake up this morning and you'd be so pissed at yourself.
I wouldn't be as rested.
Yes. He has grown up. I do find it funny how many people come to your house though. Like you have a lot. You don't need it. You need like one of those hotel business like revolving doors.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't. Not a lot of people come to my home. The same people come. Just regularly.
People. Oh, so when you're telling a story about a girl, it's one of the same girls.
Yeah, I don't have a brothel.
It sounds to me like
I don't have a stable of women.
I have had like neighbors come over, and I didn't want to like answer the door. And the worst is we have a door that has a window on it. So it's like you can see.
That's every single one of my doors.
The worst.
There's no hiding.
There is no hiding in my house whatsoever. If I'm in the kitchen or living room area, and that's where, like, my house is so funky how it's set up, but like I can't look to see who's at the door without them seeing me. So I'm screwed immediately.
We live in a different world than we grew up in. In our world that we grew up in, you could go over to somebody's house unexpectedly because you really didn't have text messaging, phone calls as fluent as you do now.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, you cannot be the uninvited guest over to somebody's house, or you can't just all of a sudden go, hey, I was in the neighborhood. The I was in the neighborhood thing kind of bothers me sometimes.
I'm busy, bro. It has to be consent.
Well, she came over for one reason and one reason only. If she's coming over that late at night.
I mean, just off text message alone, can I see you tomorrow? And my reply is, yeah, I'm not doing anything. With no prior conversation before then, you know what time it is.
Danny, what's up?
Good morning, my favorite radio people.
Good morning.
Real quick, I have somebody that wants to say hi to you guys.
Sure.
Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Little Danny.
How are you?
This is Aubrey. She's a first time, long time.
Hey,
Aubrey's on the phone.
So I was just wondering, Kev, did you talk to her this morning, and why did you not let her give you some more pink eye?
This wasn't pink eye. This was something else.
Have you talked to her?
No, I haven't. We haven't texted or anything like that. I probably listen. I don't think we talked to each other before she sent that can I come over text for at least 3 or 4 days.
But now she's hearing us talk about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just hope that Aubrey doesn't ask Mom Danny, hey, what's pink eye? What's going on, Rachel? How you doing?
Hey, so I actually got busted doing this from the inside of my apartment looking out my peephole because lights were on in my apartment and they could see the shadow of me looking out the peephole.
Oh, dang it.
Cover the lights. So you might not see an eyeball, but you can get busted.
Did they yell your name and say, I see you?
Yes.
Then I had You're creeping me out, and I don't want to let you in anyway.
Yeah. Creepy on both sides.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Derek has a really good point. What's up, Derek?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Oh, heading to work.
Yeah? Would tell everybody your point. I looked up on the call screen more, and this is actually a good one. I never thought about it.
Well, her reading it just basically says that, well, she didn't respond to it. So I think that, if Kevin was going to go on about his day with his other plans, I think she wanted to catch another woman.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
See, I disagree with you. Because if she wanted to catch another woman there, she wouldn't have still come up to the door. She would have just sat in her car. Don't you think?
No, not at my place.
And seen if it's not like that. You can't see if there's somebody parked specifically at your apartment.
Nope.
See, I think she was just exactly the same. I think she's trying to see if another person's over.
Wow.
Britta, what's up?
Look, I stand firm on if you see me in my house and I don't answer the door, I don't care. Look at me. We can lock eyes. We can stare at each other as you see me not answer the door because I didn't invite you.
I love that.
You have no problem. What do you think about how bold Kevin is to even talk about it this morning?
Oh, I agree. You should hear me say it. I didn't invite you. Why did you still pull up?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Tell him.
What's up, Tara? Hi, it's Mojo in the morning, Tara.
Hey, so I definitely agree with, you can't go to somebody's house, especially if you're not in a relationship. But my ex, we were together, and he had, he would always drink heavy. So I'm in an apartment also, and there's, a gate. He jumped over the gate, tried to get to, the windows, was, knocking, pounding on the window. It was, 2 o'clock in the morning. So he knew I was there, but I didn't.
Oh, that's really scary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's scary. That's
crazy.
Call the police.
You know what's interesting about that, though, with Tara that just called us up? is that there is a drunk dial. That's a drunk knock. You
That's
can't,
rare.
right? That's a drunk knocker there. You can't drunk knock like this girl did.
Climbing gates.
Climbing gates, exactly.
Sarah got that good. Got that fire.
Yes, and has got a bad mouth, a potty mouth there. I had to dump her. What's up, Josh?
Mojo, Shannon, Kevin, you beautiful son of a gun.
Hey, there he is.
Love you guys. I miss you. Kevin.
We love you too.
Oh, I got it. Love you too. Kevin.
What's up, Josh?
Be careful. I had this back in the day where a girl of mine came over. I wasn't in the mood to deal with it that night. I ignored her. Turns out she was bringing another girl over for a threesome.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
Be careful.
That you need to plan out. You cannot have that be
Yeah, surprise.
a surprise. You know.
Right? I need to prep for something like that.
I know. That's one where I need a full day of rest
Gotta have my
or something like
vitamins
that.
that morning.
All right. Well, take care of yourself, Josh. We'll see you, buddy. Chris, what's up? It's Mojo in the morning. Hi, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, bud. What's going on?
So I made plans with a coworker one time and decided I wanted to be lazy and just sit at home. I told them I was going out of town. Something came up. I forgot that they always let my dog out whenever I wasn't home, and they had a key. So they walked into me watching Disney Plus on my couch.
Moana.
Well, why didn't you just say, I'm actually not feeling it today?
I didn't want to upset them or anything, so I just told them I wasn't going to be home.
I said the Mandalorian is on.
I hate the people that double check to see if you're telling them the truth.
Come on, man.
Like that, you know?
Take my word for it.
Yeah. All right. Mojo in the morning.
Call us
844-MOJO Live.
844-665-6548.
This is Mojo in the morning.
Mojo in the morning. Hey, we are commercial free right now. So uninterrupted, Mojo in the morning. We've got a lot of stuff to do today. Get ready for Memorial Day weekend, too. Keep us on. Keep iHeartRadio with you with a playlist that will be ready for your whatever you're going to do. I know a lot of people were hoping that they could be out on the lake or opening the pool. The temperatures don't look like they're great. Hopefully we get some sunshine. Maybe that will warm things up just a little bit. I think Sunday and Monday are going to be our two best weather days of the weekend.
Best, meaning like low to mid 60s.
Yeah,
at the most.
Best of the worst. All right, it's Mojo in the morning show. So yesterday was a good day in my life. I actually got the staples removed from my shoulder surgery. So had to go to the hospital to go get that done, which was really, really cool. To get that out because they were kind of bothering me there for a second. Chelsea picked me up here at the radio station, and we drove all the way out to Ann Arbor to the University of Michigan. And it was interesting because we had a road rage situation happen. And if I was driving, it'd be understandable to road rage me. But it was Chelsea driving, and she's a very good driver, and she's very low-key when she's driving. So we're off of M14, and there was a part there where the traffic has to merge a little bit. And she was really good about having her blinker on for a good period of time. And she merged early so that it wasn't one of those ones where she was waiting too long. And she merges in front of a car, which, I'm in the, car. So I'm watching and paying attention. Everything was good. It was very safe. The guy got, I guess, a little upset about her merging in front of her.
Oh, good Lord.
He pulled around when the lanes finally opened up and did the whole hang out the window screaming at you thing. Which was so funny because I don't think he understands that when you're going like 65 miles an hour, you can't understand a word that the person is saying. Like you're just sitting there, yelling to yourself and with wind blowing and bugs probably in your mouth.
You look dumb.
Afterwards. But this was the best part of the whole thing. We were driving to go to the doctor to go get this done. And we happened to be following the road rager the entire time because the road rager must have had the same destination plan.
Oh, no way.
We pulled into the parking lot of the Michigan medicine thing where it was the Frank Lloyd Wright building or whatever it is that's there. which is kind of like off campus a little bit, and saw said road rager. And said road rager was going to an appointment also at the same place that we were going to an appointment. Has anybody ever had this happen to them where either you got road raged and then next thing you know, the road rager is there in the gas station that you're filling up at, or the road rager is somebody you know? Maybe it's somebody that actually lives in your neighborhood or something like that.
Did he have anything to say?
No, it was very odd because he was very vocal, screaming out the window. Now was his time to do it.
Oh, I bet he didn't even lock eyes with
Oh,
y'all.
he had his head down the entire time.
They be on hush mode.
The funniest was, I said to Chelsea, and Chelsea's like, we should stay back because he could be crazy. I go, not crazier than I am. I'm a crazy
Did you
guy
give her
with one
those
arm.
eyes too?
I did it. I
Those
got
crazy
crazy too.
eyes.
Yeah, this kind of happened to me one time when I was going to Kroger. Same type of situation. I did something. I don't know if I was in the right or the wrong. That's not the part of the story I want to tell. But we get to Kroger and the lady pulls over and she on hush mode. She's screaming and cussing the whole time. But then when we pull up and I'm just looking at her when I get out my car, it's no words from her. Like she all of a sudden she couldn't speak anymore.
I think the road rager, in my case, and it might be your case too, realizes we aren't small people. You know what I mean? You get out of the car.
It's like Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
They get online and say all this stuff. Can't do it in real life.
And I think he thought it was, here's a woman driving the car. I can sit there and yell at her. But instead, he realizes that she had somebody in the car with her.
And you got your arm in the sling. He probably knew you was about
That's
that
right.
action.
I get crazy. What's going on, Melissa? Hi, how are you?
Hey there. Yeah, for a little bit, I was working as a contractor at U of M also, and I got rear-ended near that area where the Amtrak station is.
Oh, yeah.
And the people got out. They were so apologetic and said, don't call the police. We don't have insurance, and handed me $400.
Whoa,
So
really?
we, just don't call. So I get to work, and they said, I have an ex-patient, and I looked in the room, and it's the same people.
Oh, my God.
And I went, I really can't have them. We literally just got into a car accident, and they paid me to stay quiet.
Oh, my God, that's wild. I wonder why they would pay you just cash out of their pocket like that.
Well, because they didn't have insurance.
Ain't what the police
But I know,
involved.
but are they wanted by the law or something? Maybe, that's a lot of cash just all of a sudden just fork over 400, which, by the way, that was good, Melissa.
Who
Your
has
pocket of that.
$400 on them?
Do you think you had $400 worth of damage there, or did they overpay?
I think they just didn't want me to call the cops. So it did.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Oh, there's a
suspicious, I
story.
thought.
That's wild, though. It's interesting too that you chose not to then be with them in the. It's probably smart that way.
For
Get in
sure.
trouble. Lynn, what's going on? It's Mojo in the morning. Hi.
So I actually was going to work one morning and I was passing a semi going normal speed, same pass, left plenty of room. And this guy was following me, tailing me, and got over really quickly. And I was like, oh my gosh, he is flying by. And I flipped him off, and it ended up being my dad.
That is hysterical.
It was the second time in my life, I'm 40,
Did he
that
see
I've
you?
ever flipped somebody off.
Oh, did Dad see it?
Oh, yeah. He told all of his friends because then when I was over at my parents' the next time, they were like, way to go, Lynn, because he is a road rage driver.
That is, it reminds me of the story I've told for years of, this is in my road rage days where I would just flip people off, which I do not do anymore because of this story where I flipped somebody off and it turned out to be my yoga teacher who then I had to go take his class. His class was all about, like,
Zen.
yes.
Namaste.
Peace and
I was
tranquility.
so embarrassed.
Hi, Medina.
Hey, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Let me tell you about Parking Lot Chronicles inside of the factory parking lot. Any of the big three auto drivers, everybody has road rage. I've literally had to get out of my car for somebody telling me into work. Like, I've never seen people so excited to get to work every day.
Oh, crazy. So
every day.
So when you work in a plant, that's a big lot. You didn't happen to like bump into the person that you were working next to, did you?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I've literally gotten out of my car and went up to their car like, why do you have to put your brights on behind me? Why? We're going to the same place.
God,
We're not even late. We don't have to be there till 6. It's 5:30 in the morning. You still have 30 minutes.
They want to clock
Get
in,
to
they
work.
clock out early. They want to get out of that place. Donna, what's happening? It's Mojo in the morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So I have like a really bad story. So my kid was in kindergarten, and this is her first field trip. And we get to the parking lot, and there's this guy, and he takes my spot, and I went off. I'm like, you flipped him off, cut him every single word in the book. Pull up, and we get to the area that my kid's class is, and then sure enough, the same guy that I cussed out, the dad of the kid, is right in front of me, and my face just turned so red, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I got a dump where you cannot say the a-hole word. But
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
And
that's
to this
okay.
day, when I see him,
But that
my
is so
kid's now in
that is so
middle
funny.
school, and we're like, hey.
That is so funny that it always happens that way. Jill, did that happen too? School drop off? Jill? Hey, Jill.
Yes.
Hi. Did that happen too for you? School drop off?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What happened?
Well, when you're blocking traffic to try to just get into the parking lot, and the lady behind you rolls down her window and is flipping you off and cussing you out, telling you that you need to move out of the way for everybody else just to go around. When you finally get through that school pickup line, her kid comes out at the same time, and I rolled down my window and told her that, I'm glad she decided to cuss me out because we picked up our kids at the same effing time, and next time to be a little bit more polite to people. And then she ended up getting stuck in traffic trying to get out of the parking lot, and I got out before her.
Oh, my God. I'm telling you, the school pickup drop-off line could be its own reality show. It is wild.
It's nuts. Tom, this is a great one. Tom, I'll use this as the last one, Lydia. Tom, you got road raged by a guy, and tell everybody what the circumstances here.
How you guys doing? First time, long time.
Hey, Tommy.
Everyone says I have a radio voice, so you guys got to be the judge of that.
Check a 1-2.
So yeah, I was actually driving down Rochester Road to like 16 in Big Beaver, and the guy was tailing me in his white truck. I had no idea who he was, right on my bumper. So I did a little brake check, and he flew around out the window just like you were talking about, Mojo, on the drive with your wife, screaming at me, red face, flipping me the bird, and all of a sudden he looks and he locks eyes with me and sees it's me, literally works for me. And so one of my employees, he keeps going. We're only a mile from work at this point. He keeps going. He gets in the office. He's not in his normal spot when I get in. And so I get in. I'm looking for him, nowhere to be found. About 2 hours later, he finally emerges and apologizes for the whole situation.
You
But
are
it was
so
really good.
fucking great.
That's great. That is an awesome story. I love it. I don't know what would be worse, if you road raged your kid's teacher or you road raged your boss and didn't realize it. Both are bad.
They're pretty bad.
Mojo in the morning.
WKQI Detroit. WSNX Muskegon Grand Rapids. WVKS Toledo. This is Mojo in the morning.
Oh, Mojo, he's amazing.
Live. Mojo.
20.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition sequence start.
Let me take y'all back to the beginning.
This is it.
All right, you ready?
You're listening to Mojo in the morning.
You're a doo-doo head.
Let's go. It's showtime.
Hey, Mojo in the Morning Show. Thank you guys for being here with us. If you ever miss the show, you can always check out the podcast. Can I give a little report real quick? We just had a War of the Roses 1 hour ago where a brother suspected that his sister's husband was cheating. That War of the Roses that we aired podcast just, I don't know, within the last 45 minutes or so. That podcast already has more than 15,000 downloads, and it's been less than an hour. So 15,000 downloads, which is crazy to think how much everybody wanted to hear that particular War of the Roses this morning. And this is coming to you guys. And thank you, by the way. We got to thank our listeners because our listeners do it in a big way. Our radio show is the #1 most podcast radio show in Michigan and Ohio.
Let's go.
More than 20 million Mojo in the Morning downloads that we had in 2024 with our listeners that are listening to our podcast, listening to more than 8 million total hours of this radio show over the course of 2024. So thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate you. We love you for that. Share it with a friend. We'd love to experience listeners of ours outside of Detroit, Grand Rapids, or Toledo. So it's great. I get so many times comments from people that are like, hey, a friend of mine who, lived in Ohio listens to you guys all the time on KISS, turned me on to you, and I'm listening in, and they'll tell me like they're in like Pueblo, Colorado. And I'm like, how cool is that?
Pueblo.
So, all right. France. Okay, this is actually, Zach just goes, in my ear, tell him about France. We are the most listened to United States radio show in all of France.
Crazy.
Is that crazy?
Bonjour.
We got more listening hours in France than even French radio stations do.
Merci beaucoup.
Let's go.
I don't know what the story is, but you guys must be starved for entertainment. So
Well, it is de toi.
it is. That's kind of
We got
true.
a little French
Yeah.
connection.
And I told you guys this, that we were the most listened to podcast last month in Chicago for crazy reasons.
Isn't that amazing?
It's wild.
I
so.
hear that's where the Radio
thank
Hall of
you.
Fame is this year.
Well,
So-
let's hope.
maybe-
Let's
maybe
hope.
it's
Maybe
like
they
a
can turn us.
sign, a
Maybe
foreshadow.
maybe we can ask for a little Pope dispensation from the Chicago Pope.
Come on, Leo,
and give us a little help. All right, it's Mojo in the Morning Show. I have been telling people this phrase for the last 4 days because Shannon told us the story earlier. I want her to tell the story on the air because this is going to be something that you're going to tell your friends. Spread the sawdust has been something I've told friends of mine because
Have you really? My dad's going to be so excited.
because you told the story about your dad and the spread the sawdust phrase. And honestly, I've told friends this story and they were dying laughing, going, "Oh my God, I'm stealing this." But
Because I think everybody does it.
they have their own version of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are probably thinking it's dirty. It's not dirty. Your kids
It's
can
not
listen
dirty
to
at
it.
all. No. So over the weekend, my schedule's crazy right now with all sorts of stuff. I had a lacrosse game for Lucy, whatever, lacrosse game for Smith, swimming, so many things. I came home and I made some food and I poured a glass of wine. I was the only one at home at this point. And I decided to FaceTime with my dad because he had texted me that he had just finished yard work for the day and he was also just sitting having a drink in his basement bar, which is legendary, by the way. So we're on FaceTime. We end up chatting for a good hour and a half. It's truly one of my favorite memories with him now ever. It was a great conversation. He said something during the call, though, that at first I did not understand. And he said it when at one point in the conversation I said, "Hey, I'm going to have to go here soon because Wes is about to get home from a track meet. And I wanted to at least get a few things done or make it look like I had gotten a few things done before Wes came home." Yeah. And my dad said, "Oh, you need to spread the sawdust, huh?" And I was like, I don't know. This is not registering to me. So he tells me this story about how when he and my stepmom started dating, he would go sit at his favorite bar in the whole entire world, Dunleavy's in Allen Park, from like 1 to 4 p.m. He'd sit at the bar, he'd play Keno, he'd have a couple of beers. And then when he knew my stepmom was about to come home, he would go home, throw around a few scrap pieces of wood around his garage, take out his saw, and literally spread sawdust in the area around his saw. So when my stepmom, Chris, came home, he would be like, "Oh, I've been cutting wood all day for various projects. Nothing was fitting. So, I didn't really get much done, but it looked like he did because he had spread the sawdust." And I about died because I'm like, I feel like we all do that, not necessarily with a saw and 2x4s and sawdust, but there have been instances where we all have been doing nothing, laying on the couch or in bed, and then your
family comes home or somebody comes
and
home.
you need to make it look like you did something. So by the way, he dared me to say the phrase on the air. So Dad, I win.
There you go.
I don't know what you owe me. We should have bet something, but
Can I tell you that you got to tell your dad that I told this to a bunch of my friends, but one of my friends, Ronnie, says, that he thinks now that his wife doesn't do loads of laundry all day. She just puts out the clothes in the laundry
watching
in
Handmaid's
piles, like she's hanging out. That was actually pretty funny because that was his thing. He goes, I think my wife doesn't do laundry now. I'm thinking I come home and she's got laundry all over the place.
She does a good job of making it look like she did.
844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. What is your spread the sawdust? What is your thing that you do as to show the people or person that you live with that you're not just on your ass all day doing nothing?
Even though you're on your ass all day.
This used to happen a lot when I was younger, living with my mom. She was like, I'm coming home. When she pull in that driveway, all of a sudden I'd be bringing out the trash. I might wash like literally one dish and be in there like, hey, how's it going? Trying to make myself look busy. Be on the phone all of a sudden, quote unquote, handling business. Not even talking to anybody, like, but giving her the sign with the one finger while the phone in my ear, like, hold on.
Do you remember? Did your mom ever do like room checks, like where she would go check and see if you picked up your room?
My room was always dirty. I can't even lie.
It was the best.
My room was filthy.
The best was under the bed. We used to pray my mom never looked under the bed. There's probably somebody living under our bed. We had so much crap under the bed. Texter here this morning says, I was listening to you guys talk about your show and how everybody's listening to it. I just found you guys and have no idea how to get your podcast. You know what? We forget sometimes. We think everybody knows about this crazy club called the Mojo in the Morning Show. If you go to anywhere you get podcasts, anywhere, I'm not going to, there's some people that are Spotify fans. Okay, I get it. That's your thing.
Maybe you're an Apple fan.
Or an Apple Music fan. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Just search Mojo in the Morning and our podcast show podcast will come up on there. So search Mojo in the Morning or More Mojo and you can get the podcast. The iHeartRadio app has us right in there. And if you put us on one of your channels, you can actually set a preset like a good old-fashioned radio.
It makes it really easy.
It's really cool.
Does.
Kim, what's going on? It's Mojo in the Morning. Hey.
Hi.
What's your spread the sawdust?
I just had a spread the sawdust story.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was in high school, we each had chores, and I had to always do the dishes. And I always wanted to get home from school and watch General Hospital. And I went to school in the 90s, so we didn't have all that where I could watch it later and everything. So I had to watch it when I got home.
There was no Hulu back then.
Right. So I would get the water in the sink, and I'd do a couple and put them in the rack, so it looked like I've been doing them. And then I'd go watch the show. But when I see my mom pull in the driveway, I would go run back in the kitchen, and it looked like I had been doing them.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
I love it. By the way, my sisters made me watch ABC soap operas. I watched all my children in General Hospital religiously as a kid growing up. Yeah, so I get it. I'm right there with you, Kim.
I know, but I can't even stand them now.
It's seriously, I haven't checked them out in the longest time. I don't even know if they're on. Are there soap operas still? What's up, Amanda? Hi.
Oh, yeah, Stephen A. Smith on one.
Hi.
What's going on?
When I was married to my first husband, he was a teacher, and so he was very particular about the ironing on his shirts and that everything was really crisp. And so I would say how long it would take me, and I would take his shirts to the dry cleaners, and then I would pick them up and take them, like I'd bring them home and unbutton them and take everything off of them and shake them a little bit so it looked like I had done it. And then I'd tell him I was ironing all day.
Oh, my God. That is so great.
Did you ever forget to take off that white little nub tag that's on there that they put on?
With the safety pin?
Yeah.
No, because they keep it on, right? Or like you always have one. So he knew that every so often I would take them in.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
So it kinda
that's
saved
good.
me.
What a great story. Amanda, that's awesome.
smart.
Angie, what's going on?
Hey there, the spread the sawdust. Yeah, so what I do is before kids get home from school and I don't really want to cook a big dinner, I will fill the sinks up or the tub or whichever with bleach water to smell like I've been cleaning all day and we're just ordering pizza tonight.
So it looks like and smells like there's cleaning going on in there, but really it's I don't know, a Jets night. We're going to get some Jets with a little extra ranch.
Yep. Shout out to Jets.
That's great. Noah, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey guys, so I have a story. Sometimes my wife works at the hospital, and sometimes she has to work during weekends. We have a son; he's 8 months old, and sometimes I'll take a clean diaper, put it under the sink so it gets nice and full, and then I'll wrap it up and put it in the trash.
That's
So
insane.
when she comes home, I'll open up the trash can and be like, man, he was kind of he had a lot of bowel movement.
That is insane, bro.
No,
That's dirty.
Noah,
I'm sorry.
does she listen to our show?
No, I'm the only one.
Good. I'm hoping
she's
she
not
doesn't.
listening.
I hope too. For your safety.
That's insane.
Mackenzie, what's going on? It's Mojo in the morning.
Hi, first time, long time.
Hey, Mackenzie.
Mackenzie on the phone.
I had texted in. I love to cook. My husband knows I'm not a bad cook, but some days I just am not feeling dinner. So I'll take out like a 13 by 9 inch pan and dirty her up and set it in the sink. So by the time he gets home, I'm like, I tried. I'm like, it's just a rough day. Like, dinner did not turn out good. And she'd be like, that's okay. Why don't we just go out to eat? I'm like, great.
That's so good.
This is sneaky.
That's
You guys
so
are
evil.
good.
This is not right.
These are all the best. Which
I
ones?
love you. I love that one.
That
'cause
one
that's so me.
That one and the diaper one are the two best.
Yeah.
Those are so good. Thank you for the call. Logan, this is a great one. Logan had one when his parents would want him to do chores. What's up, Logan?
Hey, first time, long time.
Hey,
Logan. So my parents gave me $20 lunch money every week. That's back when you could afford lunch 5 days a week with $20.
Yeah, right.
So I never used it for lunch. I actually was supposed to mow the lawn once a week. I always gave that $20 to a neighbor kid, and he mowed the lawn for me, so I could just stay inside and play video games.
You know what you are?
Oh my God.
You are the Bill Gates, the Elon Musks, the Mark Zuckerbergs.
That's right.
Hey, you know what? That's a smart guy right there. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you for the
Appreciate it.
call. I love it. And one last one. Katrina, what's up, Katrina?
Hey, Mojo, good morning. Okay, listen, nothing against my husband. He's a hard worker, never ever complains about food or anything. But there's days where I'm like over it. I don't want to cook. I'm running errands. So what I do, I go to like a restaurant. I get like a whole chicken that's done. I get a salad. I get mashed potatoes, whatever it is. I come home, put the chicken in the oven, put the salad in a bowl. As if when he comes home, I just did everything from scratch. And he's like, oh, it smells so good. I'm like, I know, I just got out of the oven.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not mad at that,
So
honestly.
yeah, that's
Katrina, that is
what.
the
I'm sorry.
Wes wishes I
What do you
did
want me
that
to
instead
do?
of
I'm
actually
tired.
cook.
you are food unfaithful to your husband. That's awful.
Listen,
Full
listen,
fish.
I'm an amazing cook. This happens once in a while, okay?
Yeah.
No, that's good.
You
That's
can
fun.
taste the difference.
Yeah, that's really good. You can't do it. By the way, you can't do it with fish because you cannot heat fish back up.
Oh, no, I would never do
it
that.
will
Whole
smell-
chicken is the only thing that I ever
Yeah,
get.
that's a good one. All right, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
No problem.
It's not about what kind of person you are. It's about how many likes you can get on Instagram.
I like.
You're listening to Mojo in the Morning.
All right, Mojo in the Morning Show. We're going to do a topic, and it's going to be at 8:40 when every kid is in school. And if a kid's not in school by 8:40, I'm calling the cops. Do they still have, like, you remember they used to say that the cops would come and arrest you if your kid didn't go to school?
Truant's officer.
Truancy, or
I still say that to my kids
Yeah.
when they ask me not to go to school. I'm like, I will get arrested at this point.
Well, at 8:50 this morning, we're going to do a topic that we teased yesterday on the show. It came up during discussion. Role playing gone wrong. Role playing gone wrong. Are you the type of couple that role plays? And if you are, what was the bad thing that happened during your role play? Text role playing. I would, by the way, I'm trying to say it, and it's hard to say it, let alone text it. Role playing to 95500, and Lydia will call you back at 8:50 when we do this topic. So it's going to be right around 8:50 here on the show before the War of the Roses at 9. So role playing gone wrong. Tell us the bad situation that happened while you were role playing. Now, if you're a kid listening in your car right now and your parents are going to school and your mom is texting, your mom's naughty. And we love her for it. So, all right, it's Mojo in the Morning Show. So yesterday, Chelsea and I went and grabbed something to eat, in the afternoon. We stopped off at a Coney and just grabbed something to eat. And I witnessed something that was really disgusting. And I actually have a picture. And hey, could you do me a favor, Bianca? Are you there, Bianca?
Yep.
Can you put on the story the picture that I just texted you?
Yep, we got it.
All right. So on the story, on our Mojo in the Morning story on Instagram and Facebook, Mojo in the Morning, if you're following us, hopefully you got the story up there. is going to be a picture, and I want you guys to tell me what your thoughts are on this. It was something that I witnessed at a restaurant yesterday, and I want to ask this question. What is the grossest thing that you saw at a restaurant?
Oh, no.
Because yesterday, I saw a person who was with their shoes off in the booth, touching their feet, and then grabbing their food with their hands. So they had their. Did you see the picture yet?
Nah, let me look real quick.
Here, it will be up on the story in a second. It's the person had their feet, their shoes off. Which,
Like
by the way,
bare feet.
why would you take off your shoes in a restaurant?
A lot of people.
Who
do
are
that,
these people
bro.
that do this?
A lot of people do that.
You better not.
Nah, they be. I don't want to sound like this.
Yes.
White people. I'm just saying.
Wait, only
What,
white
what
people?
color people?
I'm saying,
What color?
White people.
White.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Why is it that white people take their shoes off like that in a restaurant?
Oh, this is dirty bare feet.
Yes. Dirty bare
That's
feet.
not it, bro.
Shoes off. Why are you taking your shoes off in a dirty Coney Island? Although it was a nice Coney Island. I liked it.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that when they're eating.
So, and then he was grabbing his French fries. Like all of a sudden he would touch it. It was like
bro.
awful. Yeah.
In between the toes.
Yes. 844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. This will be one of those topics that will make you never want to go to a restaurant ever again. I hope that you guys are okay. This is, by the way, our Ozempic segment of the show.
At least it was a customer, and it's on the story right now, by the way.
Where are his shoes at?
At least it was a
floor.
customer
They're
and
sitting on the
not
floor.
an employee of the restaurant. Because when I see
True.
employees of the restaurants doing something, I'm really grossed out.
I need
At least
That's a
that's
good
only
one.
affecting his food,
Yeah.
his own food. You know what I mean?
If you're an employee at a restaurant and you go use the bathroom, I need you to wash your hands for 60 seconds just to make
Yeah.
me feel comfortable.
I've had the chefs, the bussers, the servers. I've seen them go out of the stall and go right back out the door.
And listen,
gross.
I get it. People smoke. If you in the back handling food, you need to not smoke till your shift over.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I agree. That is nasty.
I don't want to see you out in front.
I
Yeah.
don't want to see you out. You got to go somewhere where I can't see you. Go in your car and hot box.
You guys, and when they do it right in front of you too, I think I may have shared this story before where there was a very popular pizza restaurant, and one of the guys was out front of the restaurant, and I was driving by. I wasn't even going into this place, nor have I been to this place since I saw this. And the guy was on his phone, and he had his hand down the back of his pants, like digging in his crack. And I thought, and he was wearing a uniform for the place out front of the restaurant. And I'm stopped at the light right there going, I don't even care if he washes his hands. At that point, I've seen the digging. I am never going there again.
It's over, bro.
All right.
Now I'm inspecting my pizza.
What's the grossest thing that you saw in a restaurant? Okay, that you saw in a restaurant. Hannah, what's the grossest thing that you saw in a restaurant?
It's really embarrassing because I was actually working and I was serving my boyfriend, and I brought a stack of plates to him, and there was a Band-Aid stuck to one of the plates that I brought him.
No. Ew, that's nasty.
So gross.
I gotta go.
You're not the server, by the way, that when you're handing out the plates, your thumb's in one of the things on the
disgusting.
plate.
Ain't
No,
it
I
nasty?
don't put my thumb in the cup either.
Okay, because
I
that's
teach
happened
people
before, and
that.
I'm like, I'm not eating the mashed potatoes because your thumb was in
Did
it.
they lick their thumb when they got done?
So
Enjoy your
gross.
meal.
So gross.
Dana, what's the grossest thing that you saw in a restaurant?
Well, so I went and ordered a pizza, and the place had no AC whatsoever, and it was just like a place where you go in, you order the pizza, you get your food, and you leave. And I'm watching this lady make my pizza, and she's sweating profusely. Out of her armpits drop juice into my pizza. Armpit juice.
From the
And I am
armpit.
telling you, I paid the pizza I'm like, here, I can pay for it. I got in my car, I left, I never went back, never picked up the pizza. Nada.
My
It
friend,
was the grossest thing.
there is a very popular restaurant in Detroit. I saw this same thing. The man hovered over the, grill cooking burgers, and the sweat was pouring off of his forehead onto the meat, and I can never eat there again.
That's salt, by the way. That's a little sodium in there. Hold on. Kayla, what's the grossest thing you saw in a restaurant?
I was also at a dirty Coney Island, and the chef blew a snot rocket into his hand and then placed it on his apron. I can be honest and say that we instantly got up and left.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's by the way, a talented thing. I wonder if he washes that apron every now and again. What's up, Nicole? Hi.
Hey, Mojo. I once saw a girl in Olive Garden use her fork to itch her foot inside of her shoe.
I mean, smart idea. Smart idea, but you can't.
That's the same thing as this
Eat off
guy. This guy that's putting the shoes off
Got
there.
the job done.
This is gross. Valerie, what did you witness in a restaurant that was so gross?
I was in Manhattan in Nathan's Coney Island, and I seen a used tampon on the windowsill of the restaurant.
On the windowsill.
All right, that wins.
Why are they leaving it on the windowsill? They must have taken it out in the booth.
Yeah, they must have. You know, New York. This was a while ago. This was in the 90s.
Oh my!
It's the best.
I don't care when it was.
That's
It's the best
crazy.
restaurant in Manhattan. Period.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Teresa, nothing worse than this. What's up, Teresa?
Hey, everybody. First time, long time.
Hey, Teresa.
Okay, so I am a DoorDasher. So I was waiting for some food for somebody, and I seen a employee walking from the back to the front of the restaurant, popping a zit on his neck, and then went to the French fries to serve somebody. Oh my God! I have never been there again. It's disgusting.
How the fries popping, bro? That is disgusting.
Hold on, Misfit Victor is on with us right now.
What's up, Vic?
What's up, Victor?
Hey, what's up?
How are you,
Real
man?
quick, that tampon on the windowsill,
Yeah.
they left it there so you could use the string to floss afterwards.
That's gross.
Anyway, I had placed a carryout order at this one restaurant years and years ago, and they had an oven where they would make the pitas in there, and it was like half an hour before closing, and this guy's mopping the floor, and I'm sitting there waiting for my food, and and all of a sudden he opens up the oven where they had just pulled my pitas out of, and starts mopping the inside of the oven.
Oh my God, Victor,
Oh,
no.
Bruh.
Yeah, it was unreal.
You were for many years, Victor actually, owned, managed restaurants, and you would witness it. Who's grosser, the people that work at the restaurant or the people that come to the restaurant? Because the people that I witnessed were people that were customers, not the people that worked there.
Well, the thing is, like, the biggest thing is, like, women's bathroom was always 10 times worse than the men's bathroom, like dirtier. Like, I don't know what women do in the bathrooms or what happens in there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter what restaurant you go to, if it's fast food or fine dining or whatever. Women's bathroom is always a disaster. So I don't know what the hell goes in there. Maybe what goes on in there. Maybe it's because 7 of you have to go to the bathroom
That's
together
true.
at
Yeah.
once. If you guys are fighting in there, or what's happening?
Hey, hold on. Melissa's got one that she saw at Bob Evans. Melissa, what's up?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good
I don't know if I
morning.
can beat Victor's, but this was amazing. This happened years ago. I have to say, I'm from Ohio. Don't hold it against me. We had a table of 14 people sitting, and there was a bus boy just kind of hanging and lingering at a table way too long. So it drew our attention, and before we knew it, this young man picks up a plate of a half-eaten piece of pie, picks up a fork, starts eating it off the table as he's putting and busting the table.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm with you,
Hey,
Shannon.
it's not going to waste. I'm not mad.
Melissa and Victor, I can tell you guys that yesterday was National Waitstaff Day, and I saw this stat that was online. Somebody posted it on their social media. They asked waitstaff, have you ever eaten food off a customer's plate? 32% of waitstaff said yes.
Oh.
Have you ever?
I've seen.
Have you seen this?
I've seen it happen before.
Yeah. Have you?
I used to
Especially
waitress, and
pizza.
I can say I never did that. No way. No way. You don't know where these people
I've
have
seen
been.
people take pizza to the back, and when they're waitresses before they boxing it up, and it'll steal a slice.
Oh my God!
You send a pizza back, and there's 6 slices in there. When you get home, you don't remember that there's 6. You open it, oh, there's only 5.
Listen to this one.
I've seen that happen.
Have you ever finished a customer's alcoholic beverage? 6% of people said yes on that one.
Mad at that.
Really?
Hey, Mojo. Mojo.
Yeah.
Real quick, we went to a restaurant one time in Novi, just real quick story, and the hostess went to go get silverware, and I saw her grab a handful of forks and drop some on the floor. And she picked them up and came to our table and started setting them on our table. And I said, hey, which forks fell on the floor? And she looked at me all shocked, and she goes, what? I said, I saw you drop some on the floor. You picked them up, put them with the rest. Which ones fell on the floor? She goes, oh, only yours did. And she was laughing. I go, no. And she's like, I know which ones fell on the floor. So I said, can I see the silverware real quick? She goes, yeah. I grabbed the forks and knives and everything she had in her hand. I threw them on the floor, and I said, now they're all on the bleeping floor. Go get me some new silverware. My brother and my cousin were like, we're not eating here. They got us left.
That's ridiculous, bro.
It's unbelievable. Hold on. Connor. This one's going to be a bad one here this morning. Don't say the name of the restaurant, though, Connor, because they are an advertiser. Go ahead. What happened?
First time, long time.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Connor.
So we were at a certain restaurant, and this man behind the counter had his zipper down with his member hanging out.
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all didn't know what to do, but we still got the food.
That's dinner in the movie, baby.
So the guy working behind the counter.
Was he aware?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if I want to ask this question. Was he
You feel that.
excited, or was it just he didn't put his zipper up after he peed?
He was definitely not excited, and I have a feeling he knew because it was totally out. He's a large man.
How do you know he definitely wasn't excited? I like how he says
Well,
that.
you
He
know.
was soft. Yeah. Is this kind of restaurant?
It was wild.
Is this the kind of restaurant where this guy's touching the food, or is he just handing you, your
He's
food?
100% touching the food.
Oh my Lord!
So there's an appetizer, huh?
Unreal.
Appetizer.
Lydia, put it in the group chat.
Burrito bowl with a little bit of jalapeno.
I want to know.
The subscription fees are out of freaking control. Not Mojo. He's free. Listen to Mojo on our free iHeartRadio app. Listen to the show live every morning on Channel 955, 104.5 SNX in West Michigan, or 92.5 KISS FM in Toledo. And listen to the podcast for free. Free never sounded so good.
All right, we're going to give you a shot right now. This is a chance to win tickets to see The Weeknd. Memorial Day weekend. The Weeknd's hanging out here in the city of Detroit. Grand Rapids, Toledo, Detroit. Get ready to call in right now and win a pair of tickets. 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548. Going to be a good weekend with The Weeknd performing at Ford Field.
Mojo in the mornings, dirty on the 30.
All right, we're going to get you caught up on what's trending. War of the Roses in less than 30 minutes. Busting a cheater, or are we busting up a family? We're going to find out coming up. What's going on, Shan?
So Grammy Award-winning rapper Kid Cudi is expected to testify in the federal trial against Diddy later this morning. So today is the day in what could prove to be a very pivotal moment for the prosecution. Cudi expected to dive into details about his relationship with Cassie Ventura for more than a decade ago, I should say, including allegations that Sean Combs blew up his car, his Porsche. His testimony is going to be key as he answers questions from federal prosecutors as they try to bolster their charges that Diddy engaged in racketeering and sex trafficking. Now, yesterday, a special agent from Homeland Security detailed the discovery of some bottles of eye drops containing MDMA and ketamine during the raid on Diddy's Miami home.
We're on about our 10th witness, and testifying right now is Gerard Gannon. He's a special agent with Homeland Security, and he talked about the items that were found inside the master bedroom closet of Sean Combs' home on Star Island in Miami, Florida. Here's some of what he showed the jurors. Pictures of red heels. He said that he found many heels, platform shoes in Combs' closet, 18 in total. The jurors were shown pictures of 6 pair. They were also shown pictures of Balenciaga boots that they said they were able to get 3 cell phones out of one of those boots. And then they showed jurors a black Gucci bag. They actually had it in the courtroom today. They opened up the plastic, showed it to the jurors, and they said inside that bag was an assortment of narcotics, 2 bottles of eye drops that actually tested positive for MDMA and ketamine, but also those narcotics, those assortment of narcotics they said were blue, pink, white, yellow, orange, black pills, white powder, a black plastic straw. All of these things they said tested positive for either cocaine, ketamine, methamphetamine, and MDMA.
Man. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting they were able to test them.
Today, by the way, again, going to be a big day, so we'll keep you updated as Cody testifies in court.
I wonder if they take the holiday weekend off or how they do this.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to find out.
With a big 3-day weekend going on.
HBO's Hard Knocks going to feature the Buffalo Bills during training camp and the NFC East during the 2025-26 regular season. That series will again be narrated by, I love him, Liev Schreiber. Reigning MVP quarterback Josh Allen and the Bills will be featured in that 5-part series that's going to air.
It'll be interesting to see Josh Allen's relationship, because who is he in a relationship?
Haley Steinfeld. That's the only reason I'm watching.
And he's supposedly a character, too. A lot of people say that he's kind of interesting guy to be around.
Was she being flirty? The internet very divided on this. The former First Lady Michelle Obama and her brother Craig Robinson chatted with Brian Chesky on their podcast. Brian Chesky co-founded Airbnb and still serves as its CEO. And they were talking about the room in his home that Airbnb users can actually rent out and stay with him. I didn't even know you could do this, but you can.
To say, Brian, if I'm a single girl out there and I find out that Brian Chesky is single and I can stay in his house.
There she
Have
goes.
you ever?
Go right to the relationship, but Brian, you don't have to feel pressured.
No, but we've never talked about
he
this.
just got here.
Have you ever?
Her and her husband have tried to set me up before, so
I'm very invested in Brian's love life.
Amid all of the divorce rumors, people were like, "Yeah, she was shooting her shot there." It sounded like. I disagree, but
he's a white guy. I like that. I got a chance, right?
You
Brian
have to say
Chesky.
it like
Kevin said. White.
He's a white. And lastly, a shout out to her. There is a morning news anchor in Albany, New York. She works for the CBS station there. Her name is Olivia Jaquith. She went into labor just before her 5 a.m. broadcast yesterday. It was 4:15 in the morning. Her water breaks. She's very, very pregnant. Chose to remain on the air anchoring the full 3-hour newscast while timing her contractions.
We do have some breaking news this morning. Literally.
Yes.
Olivia's water has broke.
That's
and
right.
she is anchoring the news now in active labor.
Early labor.
We've been
Let's
doing
not
the
get carried
contractions.
away.
She's now, timing her contractions.
We'll see. I'm going
and
to pay
she's,
attention.
2 minutes apart?
No. Well, there was one.
This
but
would be
it's been
Shannon.
a few minutes since then.
I
so
did
we're still
this.
in good shape.
Why? This would seriously be you.
I did this.
You're so dedicated to your job, you'd be staying there the entire time.
So I wasn't on the air when my water partially broke when I was having Smith, but I was like, I don't want to sit at the hospital and wait this out.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to take a minute, so I went and got food.
What's her name?
That's crazy.
Olivia. Her name's Olivia.
Does she want to be our co-host? Should she
No,
apply
she's-
for this, Olivia?
seriously.
Olivia, we need
Impressive.
people just like you, dedicated to
Bro.
working.
Be careful, because when I got to the hospital, they said, you probably should have come a
That's
little
what I'm
sooner.
saying. The news will go on.
I literally pushed them right
The
out.
radio
but-
will go on.
They got a viral story out of the deal. Look at them.
Yeah.
See that? That's the kind
I
of
guess
person.
it was worth
we
it.
are hiring for this job. So we are hiring.
Not my job.
No, we have an opening because of Megan had left us, and so we have
Her
an
water
opening
broke.
here. We are going to do a job fair that we'll be announcing very soon during June, where we're going to ask people who would like to apply for this job to come down here and show us what they got. You know?
Fire.
It'll be awesome.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Of course you can.
My dad is having surgery on his hernia today, so prayers up to you. And shout out to Amy from the surgical part of the hospital. Thank you, Amy, for taking care of him.
Wait, so Amy is hanging with your dad right now. That surgery is never going to take place. He's going to talk to her the entire time.
Hernia gonna move.
I love your dad, though. I really love your dad.
How many new listeners will we get off of your dad in the hospital going to get hernia surgery?
Maybe he'll show up for the job fair. Who knows?
What would you do if your dad applied for this job?
It'll probably help our relationship.
That would be wild, wouldn't
I'd
it?
probably see him more. It's like, I ain't gonna go there.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Hey, for all of today's dirty, check out the podcast. Search Mojo in the Morning in the free iHeartRadio app.
Oh, Oh my gosh, like therapy, family therapy right now.
Celebrity Dirt. Directly from the source. It's Mojo in the Morning's Dirty on the 30.
Your call may be monitored or recorded.
All right, we're giving you a chance to win tickets to all the big concerts. Tate McRae started us off this morning at 6:30, and then we gave away Kendrick SZA tickets. Now we're doing The Weeknd. Next hour will be Chris Brown. Is this Faith?
Yes, this is. Hi.
Faith, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Faith, I'm not as good as you are because you're going to see The Weeknd and I'm not. You got tickets.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
How great is that? I don't know if you had
It's
plans
amazing.
for Memorial Day weekend, but you got tickets now.
Thank you. It's my birthday on Tuesday, so it's going to be fun. Thank you.
Got a pair of tickets for you, so hang on the phone for just 1 second and we'll get you set up, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, hold on 1 sec. That's Faith from Holly. Real quick, I want to plug this. Coming up next on the Mojo in the Morning show, we want to get into this. This is actually going to be good. Role playing gone wrong. Do we have any listeners that have role played in their relationship? I always hear these people that do it. I'm not as adventurous. I would love to be this way. I would love to be able to do some role playing. But I always worry when I hear stories of people that had role playing go bad on them. We want to hear just the gone bad stories. 844 Mojo Live. Call us up right now, and we'll come out of the break with your calls. War of the Roses coming up next, too.
If you marry a man who cheats on his wife, you'll be married to a man who cheats on his wife. Another War of the Roses is after 9 on Mojo in the Morning.
Channel 955. It's Mojo in the Morning's Motor City Traffic.
8:41, rain outside. We are going to see scattered showers through around lunchtime. Turning cloudy today, a high of 54. More rain in the forecast. Oh, now they're telling me we may see some scattered showers this afternoon. It's just going to be a wet, gloomy, gray day again today. But temperatures hanging in the mid-50s. Out on the streets, a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane. 75 northbound after Livernois. Some stop-and-go traffic from 4th Street. Another accident. 94 westbound at 21 Mile. You're going to see it slow from 23 Mile. A 15-minute delay. 94 eastbound between Lanyo and 75. An accident on the right shoulder on the northbound Southfield Freeway at Ford Road. And it's slow 94 westbound between Cashew and Mount Elliott Street. That's your Channel 955 traffic. I'm Mojo in the Morning.
Channel 955.
An iHeart radio station.
This report is sponsored by Michigan State University Federal Credit Union.
At MSU FCU, you can get behind the wheel now and make no payments for 90 days. That means more road trips, more playlists, and less stress. If you live in Michigan, you can be a member. Apply today at msufcu.org/auto loan or stop by a branch. Let's roll.
Hey, it's Mojo in the Morning. Have you noticed your power is more stable? That's because DTE is doing their best on improving the electric grid. Just last year, there was a 70% improvement in the time customers spent without power. They're interested in working tirelessly to ensure that the grid is in top shape. All for reliable power and lower energy bills. Visit DTEenergy.com to learn more about their work. That's DTEenergy.com.
This hour is sponsored by Sam Bernstein Law.
Injured? Call 1-800-CALL-SAM and get Michigan's first family of law. Call Sam.
Now playing.
Clock is running.
You will never see a movie like this again. Mission Impossible is a symphony of action, scale, and spectacle. Tom Cruise has outdone himself. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now playing. Rated PG-13.
Hey everyone, it's Tanya Lalonde from Summit Place Kia announcing our Credit Approve-a-thon. If you have $500 and you make at least $3,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Are you over mileage on your lease or upside down in your loan? We can bust you out, even if you owe up to $9,000 more than your trade is worth. So come see me, Tanya Lalonde, during our Credit Approve-a-thon at Summit Place Kia and SummitPlaceKia.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Summit Place Kia. Summit Place Kia.
Negative equity refinanced, subject to lender approval, expires month end.
Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Listen to Channel 955 anytime. Free on the iHeart app.
Presented by Top Dog Law. Top Dog gets you top dollar. Go to TopDogLaw.com. That's TopDogLaw.com.
Detroit Kev is here, and I have to let you know about Total Wireless, the wireless provider that is truly in your corner. You see, Total Wireless has unlimited phone plans starting at $25 a month per line when you get 4 lines. But the best part, Total Wireless runs on the #1 network in Detroit, so you get unlimited data that never slows you down. What are you waiting for? Stop by your nearest store today. In times of traffic, your data may be temporarily slower. Additional terms apply. Rankings based on Root Metrics Detroit Root Score Report, first half 2025.
The Memorial Day sale has arrived at Bell Tire just in time for summer. With savings of up to $250 on a set of 4 tires, it's the best way to kick off road trip season. Where do you want to go, Tire Man? Bell Tire. Sure, but after that, Bell Tire. But that's where we went last summer. Bell Tire. I'll pack the snacks. Save up to $250 on a set of 4 tires and get 0% financing at the Memorial Day sale, May 15th through the 26th. Only at Bell Tire. Shop BellTire.com.
Attorney advertising. Local counsel, Michigan auto law. Pay after dramatization. Past results do not guarantee future results in each case. They say a dog can be a man's best friend. I say I agree with that. But that's not always the case. You see, some people are scared of dogs. They'll run if they'll see a dog. They'll run. Some people don't like them. Some people been bit by them before. Some people been bit. Insurance companies, they don't like them. They've been bit before. They don't like them. Call your insurance company right now and bark. Act like you a dog. Watch what happens. They gonna hang up on you. They gonna think you top dog. And they don't like that dog. They don't like them. They've been bit before. They don't like them. That's what Top Dog do. Call them and start barking. Ask them if you want me to bite you. That's why you call them if you get into an accident. Let them go bite them. Top Dog Law.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
All right, just do it already. If you are looking for a new ride, car, truck, sedan, SUV, I said car and sedan, they're the same thing, but you know what I'm talking about. If you're looking to get into something new, whether you want to buy or lease, go see my friends over at Moran Buick GMC in Taylor. They have new stuff arriving to their lot daily. So whatever you want, whatever your budget is, they're going to get you into something that you absolutely love. I know Yukon Denali's have been really hard to find lately. They have them in stock. Some great lease specials right now. I talked about how obsessed I was with my Buick when I leased that Buick Enclave. Right now, you could be leasing the 2025 Buick Encore GX for just $199 a month. And everybody is getting employee pricing right now. So definitely go and check them out. They will take the absolute best care of you from the time you step foot into the dealership and even afterward as you come back for service appointments. Moran Buick GMC, where you always get the best price, period. They're right there in Taylor, or you can find them online at moranexpress.com.
In 28 days.
Moving up and down again.
From director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland.
Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war.
28 years later.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month forever. That's right. No price hikes, no contracts. $25 forever. Visit a Boost Mobile store today. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Rachel Stewart for Gardner White. The only way to save big is to shop the Gardner White Memorial Day sale. Take an extra 30% off couches, bedrooms, dining. Even names like Lazy Boy and Cindy Crawford. An extra 30% off. Plus, no interest financing. No one in Detroit has a chance to beat our Memorial Day discount. Get CertaPerfect Sleeper for just $4.95 with a free power base, all with free same-day delivery. The biggest Memorial Day sale is going on now, only at Gardner White.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
When you think of hot, you might think about the tragic time you ate too much wasabi. Or about getting into your car on a summer day when it feels more like stepping into a sauna. But heat can work in your favor, like during Verizon Red Hot Deal Days. Get hundreds of hot deals on all your favorites, like iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad, on any plan. Only until May 28th for new and existing customers. Offer available on My Plan. Only at Verizon.
After an accident, there are two types of people. Those who got the Bernstein advantage and those who wish they did.
More Mojo in seconds.
Do you owe the IRS or state tax? Don't fear a levy. Hire a levy. 800-TAX-LEVY.
This report is sponsored by Qdoba Catering.
More wet weather in the forecast today. Scattered showers and a high of 56. Kicking off our holiday weekend with cloudy skies and temps remaining in the mid-50s.
Get top of the class catering from Qdoba to celebrate your grad. Customize a hot bar so everyone can build their own bowls, nachos, and salads with their favorite flavors. We'll even deliver and set up for a stress-free celebration. Order for your grad party at qdoba.com/catering.
This hour of Mojo in the Morning is powered by Reynolds Orthodontics. My amazing smile.
Live from the Planet Fitness Studios with over 50 Metro Detroit locations and just $15 a month.
This hour on Channel 955, powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto accident attorneys. Visit autolaw.com.
That's autolaw.com.
Cheat and you'll get caught. It's the War of the Roses in minutes on Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo in the Morning. I always felt like if I were one of those that took part in like role playing with Chelsea in the bedroom, that knowing my luck, my role playing would turn out bad. Like when I mean role playing, I'm talking about like, say for instance, that I was the cop that walked into the room to arrest her, you know, while she's in bed, and then she wants to have a relationship with me. I'd be the guy that would end up being handcuffed to the bed, and she'd leave and go out of the house, you know?
I truly give props. It's not my thing. I think I would die laughing. I would not be able to keep a straight face.
I think that if I was also like the firefighter that was going to save her from the fire, I'd be locked in the room with the fire and never get out. Like I would feel like something would go bad, you know? Why? Have you ever role played before?
Not for real. No, I don't think I have.
You've never had like a relationship where you're like, hey, let's pretend like.
No, it's never gone that far.
No?
I've wanted to, though. I've had, and I think it just comes from like old porn I probably watch, where it's like, I want you to dress in a maid costume and like, you're cleaning up, and then I, bump into you, like that type of vibe.
I think that the people that do role playing have to be really careful that their role playing doesn't end up biting them in the ass. And that's why we're going to do this topic. Role playing gone wrong. What happened when you guys were playing in the bedroom that ended up screwing up and kind of biting you in the ass? Maybe literally. What's up, Brittany? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. First off, your role playing was on your honeymoon?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So this could be a bad thing to have gone wrong, a bad moment in your life. Tell us the role play. What did you guys do?
So we were on a cruise, and we were in our room, and it was the very first night, and I ended up surprising my husband coming out of the bathroom with just this full-on, like, lingerie kind of, outfit on with, like, a mask, and he was sitting on the bed, and then I ended up, playing some music, and kind of role playing to, the outfit that I was currently wearing. And I ended up kind of jumping on him into a straddle position. And then he ended up kind of throwing me backward onto the bed. Well, once he did that, I ended up having my legs basically go above my head, and I landed on my neck.
Oh.
Oh, ow.
No.
Oh, ow.
Yeah. So immediately, I thought I was paralyzed. I'm screaming, and I am just in so much pain. My fingertips are tingling, and my husband's like, "Stop! Like, they're gonna think I'm hitting you." And I'm like, "I can't. I am so much in pain." I was like, "Call the doctor."
Oh.
Well, at that time, I didn't know a doctor actually was on board, but yeah. So we, needless to say, that the mood quickly changed.
Wow.
That's scary.
Did you come off of your honeymoon wearing one of those white neck braces that you see people having to wear?
No, thankfully. No, we just laid down the rest of the night. He got me ice, such a good hubby. Got me ice, and I was basically in the room for the next 24 hours.
Oh my God.
Thinking I was,
That's crazy.
All because
But
you
it
just
got
didn't want to
better
have normal missionary sex. And they wanted to do something fun.
That's it.
What was the mask you were wearing? I thought the mask was going to play a part in this when you brought that up.
Well, so it was like a cat mask. It was black. And so when I tell this story now to my friends and stuff, I say I jumped on him like a puma.
Yeah.
So those were also a part of the outfit, the noises.
Somebody told me a story. And if a listener has this story, I want to hear it. But where they put on an outfit, and the outfit ended up causing them to get an allergic reaction.
That would be me, you guys.
I've heard that happen before. Like latex, because you're allergic.
I have a really big latex problem, yeah.
Chantel, role playing gone wrong.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Long time.
Hey, Chantel on the phone.
So I decided that I was going to spice things up for my husband and make him into a sundae.
What?
Oh, I love this.
Oh.
A banana split.
And I put the drop cloth down. I had all of the toppings. We were good to go. Except for one of the toppings that I chose was Pop Rocks.
Oh, I've heard that works.
Wait.
I've had that before. Go ahead. This is your story.
So I put the Pop Rocks in my mouth for the
Yes.
And he immediately started
I bet he did.
I
bet he did.
A bad reaction to the Pop Rocks.
It did not go well.
Oh my God! Do you remember eating Pop Rocks when you were younger?
We have them all the time at
Oh,
our
you
house,
do?
Yeah.
You gotta try
They
it.
have so many different flavors.
So you were giving oral with Pop Rocks. That is kind of a risky thing to do.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was.
I wonder
I'm
if
not thinking guys want that to be a thing.
I couldn't really feel it when it happened. It wasn't like this explosion experience when I had it.
I would honestly be fearful of any kind of chemical thingy by my thingy. Johnny, hi. Role playing gone wrong. What happened, Johnny?
Oh my God, Mojo, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, Johnny. What's going on?
All right. So hey, I spent 30 years in the limo business, and I take this couple out. They go out for dinner. Everything's good. Everybody's having fun. We go back to their house, right? And I go to collect my money. So they said, come on in, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be a sociable person. I go in, and all these people are dressed up in costumes. I mean, I'm talking like wolves and all kinds of costumes. And they're like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I think I want to just get my money.
Yeah.
And they asked me if I wanted to join in, and I said to them, I go, well, no, I kind of got to get the car back to the shop.
Yeah.
But it was the freakiest thing I ever saw. All these people in these costumes, and you want to join in?
Wait, what?
It's like the movie Eyes Wide Shut. Remember the Tom Cruise movie?
What were the costumes? What kind of costumes were we talking about here, Johnny?
Animals.
Really?
They were like animals.
Furries.
You're
They
kidding
were
me.
like cats and dogs and wolves and all kinds of.
So you drove one of the couples to this house, and how many couples were inside of this house all dressed up like this?
I'm gonna say there were probably 6.
Mhm.
Oh my God!
Did they have a costume for you, or were you just gonna wear the limo?
Well, they asked me if I wanted to join in, but I said, "Oh hell no."
Johnny the limo driver. We want you to join in. Where does the limo driver come into play with a bunch of people that are dressed up in animal costumes?
I don't know. I just went to drop them off, went in the house to collect my money. That's all I did.
Right, exactly.
That's all I did. No, I didn't get in it any further. No,
I get it. No, I don't want any of that part. What's up, Trent? How you doing, buddy?
Good about you, Mojo?
Good. We're talking about role-playing gone wrong. Are you a role-playing guy?
I used to until my horror story.
Oh, geez. Let's hear
Do
it.
tell.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, so me and this girl, we were talking on Tinder. This was like 8 years ago. We were talking on Tinder back and forth. Long story short, I get to her house. She shows me her coffin.
Oh, Lord.
And right then and there, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. She tells me to hop in. So I hop in the coffin.
You dummy.
And there's a hole. Yeah, there's a hole in the coffin. And she locks me in and says, there's only one way out. Put it through the hole.
All right. So what'd you do?
Never have I ever role played again after that.
That's all he's got to say.
I guess he's out, so we know what happened.
Yeah, I also determined I'm being cremated too.
Yeah.
By the way, there is no
in a coffin again. That was too much.
there is no way I'm getting into a coffin thinking that's going to be a good. I know. Initial L wants to be voice disguised. What's up, L?
What's up? What's going on? First time caller.
Yes. What's going on?
So yeah, me and my wife, we were playing a little 50 Shades of Grey, and I figured I'd do a little tie up, and I got out an extension cord, and the extension cord was 100 foot.
That's a lot of cord.
Needless to say, I started tying her legs up, tying her hands up, and before I knew it, everything was starting to turn blue.
Oh no!
Oh, bro.
Oh no! What ended up happening? Did you get it off of her fast?
I did. As soon as I could, I just started, pulling it off, and it just ruined the mood, and just.
Well, yeah, she almost died.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she's okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God!
Turning blue.
When something like this happens, do you guys then put the cord away and just call it a night?
WKQI Detroit, WSNX Mesquite and Grand Rapids, WVKS Toledo. 3 great stations, 1 stupid show. This is Mojo in the Morning, live.
If you think you're being cheated on, text cheater to 95500 and we'll get you on War of the Roses. Right after we bust the cheater or possibly bust a cheater, we're going to give out a word to enter up on our website to win $1,000. We'll kick off Pay Your Bills right after this War of the Roses.
Catching cheaters and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
So, Dennis, you don't think you're being cheated on. Who do you think is being cheated on?
I think my sister is.
So you think your sister who's married is being cheated on by your brother-in-law?
Yes.
What happened? Why do you think he's cheating on her?
I was out at a bar, and I didn't know that he was going to be there, and I see him there, and he's talking to girls. Not just talking to girls, like getting touchy and stuff, nothing like crazy, but he was, in my mind, he was being inappropriate. Mm-hmm. And it's not like he doesn't have, I wouldn't say a track history, but I've overheard them talking before, and they'll argue about other girls and stuff like that. So there's like a history there.
Did you walk up to him and say something? Because if I saw like my brother-in-law doing this and cheating on my sister, I think I would probably not be able to keep it in?
He saw me later, and then I just kind of like gave him a look, because I was there with my own friends, so I didn't really
But
at
he
the
never-
time make a big deal about it.
He never came up to you after the fact to talk about it. Like, hey, there was nothing going on.
No.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And is this your younger sister or your older sister?
That is my younger sister.
Gotcha. So you're her protector.
Yeah.
I get it.
It is.
Did you say something to your sister about seeing him out?
I mean, you got to be careful with stuff like that because if you're wrong, you could really torch some relationships. You know what I mean? So, no, not like that. Not yet. But I mean.
But then you want us to do this? Because this is kind of torching.
Well, I mean, this is different, right? This is something that could prove it one way or another. That's once I have that, then
you got the proof.
Game on.
All right.
Yeah.
So on the phone with us is a brother who thinks that his sister's husband is cheating on her. What is her name?
Alyssa.
We're going to see if he sends the flowers to Alyssa. It's the War of the Roses. I want you to mute your phone so that your brother-in-law, Cody, doesn't get any suspicions.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is this Cody?
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
Hi, Cody. My name is Nicole, and I'm calling you from an online floral company called rosesbloom.com. Is now an okay time to call? Do you have an extra 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got some time for you.
Okay. I am calling from a company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. If you have like less than a minute to answer some survey questions, we're going to give you
Yeah,
a
good luck,
dozen.
yeah.
I'm sorry?
I can do that for you.
Okay. Just so you know, well, let me ask you the questions first, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Cody?
No, I have not.
Do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Well, if you're offering.
I'm actually going to give you free flowers for doing the survey.
Oh, nice. Super.
So do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As a thank you for participating in that survey, our company name again is rosesbloom.com. And we're going to gift you with a dozen long-stemmed red roses that will be sent out at some point today, a little bit later on this afternoon. And so I just need you to think of somebody that you want to send some flowers to today and then give me their first and their last name.
All right. Jules?
Did you say Jules?
Yes.
Okay. And a last name? Okay. And what is Jules' phone number? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's her relationship to you?
She's my sister.
Okay. We do something unique at rosesbloom.com, Cody. And instead of sending a paper card with the flowers, we're going to actually send a voice memo. So when your sister gets the delivery, she's going to receive a text message alerting her she has a flower delivery. And then she'll be able to play this little voice memo from you. So I'm going to count you down and then just say something like what you would write on a card. You can make it a little longer if you'd like, okay? 3, 2, 1.
Hey, sis. Thought you might need a smile. Thinking about you. Hope all is well.
Great. And Cody, this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Cody, I'm going to jump on and just get some information from you, and then we'll send those flowers off.
Okay, awesome.
Usually when we do this, people will send flowers to somebody that they're in a relationship with romantically. That's kind of nice that you're sending them to your sister.
Yeah, thanks. She's been going through some tough times, so.
Okay. Are you in a, if you don't mind me asking, are you in a relationship with anybody?
Yeah, pretty serious one, yeah.
How serious?
Yeah, very.
Very serious? Like, are you married?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
so you
spoken.
So you have a wife. Okay. So you would, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cody, I just wanted to let you know that We are going to send the flowers, but I also want to let you know something else. Rosesbloom.com is also the Mojo in the Morning radio show. And your brother-in-law, Dennis, is on the phone and wanted to see where you would send flowers to. And Dennis is on the phone right now and can hear you.
Wow.
You want to say hi to Dennis?
Dennis, how you doing, bud?
Hey.
How you doing, buddy? Seems you can't mind your business, huh, buddy?
I'm just looking out. I'm just looking out.
Looking out for what? What to be looking out for, dude? This is nonstop with you all the time with your attitude towards me, man. When are you going to get over it?
What do you mean?
Now you're going to put me on blast? That's your plan versus sitting down and talking to me and maybe getting
But
something
wait a second. Here's the thing. Real quick, I want to stop for 1 second. Cody, why get so angry if everything's cool? You're sending flowers. How do you know that he's even doing anything other than just? How do you know that he's trying to?
Because I know he doesn't like me.
Well, I understand, but I don't know if I understand that, but you sent flowers to your sister. He just wants to see if you would send some flowers to his sister.
Okay, I'll give you that. I take it back then. No problem.
Well, no, but you seem so angry about it or something.
Is this is this a pattern with him?
He's just constantly meddling in the relationship I have with my wife, and it's all the time, and it's got to stop.
Are you a meddler, Dennis? Because it sounded to me like you were just concerned about what you saw with your brother-in-law.
I mean, I'm just looking out like a big brother. She's had a history of these things happen to her in the past, and I'm just playing it safe. That's all,
I care about her a lot. So there's not a need for you to have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Cody, can I ask a question that I know will come up? Did you know that this was our show calling you up? Did you have any clue that this was us?
No, I actually thought it was a nice for me to do something nice.
Okay. Why don't we do this? Why don't you guys hang here for a second? And why don't we see if let's get Cody's wife on the phone, Dennis, your sister, on the phone.
Bingo.
And let's see what she has to say, okay?
Sure. You don't need to bring her into this. She has nothing to do with this.
Well, why would we not bring her into this? I feel like we already have, Cody.
No, she has nothing to do with this. Please do not do that. Right. This is embarrassing enough.
Well, why don't you guys hang on 1 second, okay? Hold on 1 second.
Yo.
Home of War of the Roses. Mojo in the Morning. Mojo in the Morning has a shot for you to win $1,000 now. Pay your bills is on.
All right, go to mojointhemorning.com. Enter the word WIN, W-I-N, under the cash contest and win $1,000. This could be your chance to get a bill paid. Win $1,000 13 times a day. When you hear us announce the word, go to our website, mojointhemorning.com, and enter it. So WIN is the word, just W-I-N. Good luck.
Add Mojo in the Morning to your presets on our free iHeartRadio app. And never miss War of the Roses, the second date update, Am I the A-Hole, or the Throwback Throwdown. Channel 955.
It's Mojo in the Mornings, Motor City traffic.
9:13, 49 degrees, rain coming down right now. We're going to see scattered showers throughout the day today. Otherwise, cloudy, a high of 54. Out on the streets at the moment, we've had some interesting traffic this morning. An accident on the northbound Southfield Freeway at Ford Road. That is now blocking just the right shoulder. The left lane blocked. 94 westbound at Harper Ave. Some stop-and-go traffic from Shook. More stop-and-go because of an earlier disabled vehicle. 75 northbound between Fort Street and Livernois. And some slow traffic, about a 10-minute delay. 94 eastbound between Michigan Avenue and John R. That's your Channel 955 traffic on the Edge of the Morning.
Channel 955. An iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by Vibe Credit Union. What's the vibe at Vibe Credit Union? Invested in members, community, and you since 1935. Because they live here too. Vibe Credit Union. Elevating community, creating opportunity. Visit vibecreditunion.com to learn more.
If you're looking for a car buying experience that is simple, fun, fast, and easy, head to Zott Ford in Holly, where not only do they do it differently, they do it better. Now through the end of June, it is employee pricing for everyone on almost every new Ford on the lot. That means you could save up to 25% off the sticker price during Zott Ford's biggest sales event of the summer. And it gets even better. Zott wants what you've got. Bring in your trade or any vehicle, and they'll pay over market value even if you're not buying from them. Take this number down, 313-315-6500. Text ZOTT, S-Z-O-T-T, to that number for your instant appraisal and let Stevie G stuff your pockets full of cash. It's all happening now at Zott Ford and Holly, where Stevie G has the best deals in the D.
iHeartRadio wants you to see the Weekends After Hours Till Dawn tour at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, July 4th. We'll handle everything, including the Silver VIP merch package. Just listen to us on the iHeartRadio app, tap the contest tab, and enter. Get tickets at livenation.com.
In 28 days.
Moving up and down again.
From director Danny Boyle and writer Alex Garland.
Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the wall.
28 years later.
Come to the grand opening of your new cycle gear in Sterling Heights. This Friday through Sunday, enjoy food prices and up to 60% off motorcycle gear. Plus a free Bluetooth unit with any qualifying helmet purchase of $319 or more. Your new Sterling Heights cycle gear. Get there. Start here. Details at cyclegear.com.
Hi, it's Shannon. If you are going through a divorce and looking for a recommendation, I want to tell you about Goldman & Associates Law Firm. They genuinely care about making sure you're happy and get back on your feet. And if there are kids involved, it is so important to Goldman that the process is easy and as stress-free as possible for the kids.
248-588-3333. 248-588-3333.
Visit ChooseGoldman.com.
For many, dental anxiety is a real thing. It can keep you from getting the care you need. That's why we take the time to create a real dental care plan for the real you. Brightside Dental. Call 1-800-PAINLESS or visit brightside-dental.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Buckle up for Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point, the world's tallest and fastest triple launch coaster. Then shift into gear as you reach rubber-burning speeds of 120 miles per hour, soaring 420 feet into the sky on the world's only vertical speedway. Race over to cedarpoint.com to grab your 2025 Summer Pass and get unlimited visits through Labor Day. Just 5 payments of $18 plus free parking. After initial payment plus taxes and fees. Online only.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a feast with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Falls 7-piece dining set, now on special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
Hey, it's Mojo in the morning. Have you noticed your power is more stable? That's because DTE is doing their best on improving the electric grid. Just last year, there was a 70% improvement in the time customers spent without power. They're interested in working tirelessly to ensure that the grid is in top shape. All for reliable power and lower energy bills. Visit DTEenergy.com to learn more about their work. That's DTEenergy.com.
The Memorial Day sale has arrived at Bell Tire just in time for summer. With savings of up to $250 on a set of 4 tires, it's the best way to kick off road trip season. Where do you want to go, Tire Man? Bell Tire. Sure, but after that, Bell Tire. But that's where we went last summer. Bell Tire. I'll pack the snacks. Save up to $250 on a set of 4 tires and get 0% financing at the Memorial Day sale, May 15th through the 26th. Only at Bell Tire. Shop BellTire.com.
This is injury attorney David Femininio. When I talk to a client, I understand how one moment has changed their life. I see how badly they need